Ravanna was once a proud land, home to honorable warriors, brilliant scholars, and just rulers. But decades of war have left the kingdom depleted and vulnerable, ripe for the picking for those ambitious enough to seize it. This was before the death of the king. In his absence, greedy men have become emboldened. This only worsened when Prince Edmund, their only heir, refused to take the throne at a time of war. His sister Lelena would rule in his stead until such a time when the war was won or a peace could be broken. What comes next is a matter of great debate and countless rumors, but what we know for certain is within months Lelena was married. A man named Erlich, who was of minor nobility and far from a suitable match for the standing queen, was quickly crowned, and Edmund's throne was usurped. In the years that followed, Ravanna has crumbled from within. Corruption runs rampant, fighting between noble houses threatens to tear the kingdom apart, and word from the capital is Erlich's parties grow increasingly decadent. The king is either blissfully unaware or indifferent to the state of Ravanna. This is a time for either heroes or villains to rise. A kingdom lies in the balance. Which way will the scales tip? And we're live. Only 19 minutes late, all things considered, not so bad. Hey everybody, welcome to Friday Night D&D here in Wicked Studios and Ravanna. That's all I've got to say, so someone else take over, because I need a drink after all this.
I'm Josh.
Thanks for bearing with us. My internet fucking sucks, and Adam did a great job of adapting on the fly and getting us back set up, and here we are. Just the four of us this evening. Will, as he has been saying for weeks, has got his Gen Con this evening where he is running a Return to the Bandit Kingdoms canon game, so I'm very interested to see what's going to happen there that's going to impact my Tuesday life. But yeah. He, depending on what time it wraps up, he may join us at the end, but we're just going to plan on him not being here and see how many different ways we can kill his character.
Yeah, I'm just going to stab him through the heart. He can't even stop me.
That's one.
I was going to eat him.
Or I'm going to give him some,
That's
like...
two.
I'll give him the cat 9 lives, and let's see how creative you can get with it. And, yeah, so let's see. What happened last time? I don't know. Who the fuck are you people? So what?
Who are you? What are we doing here?
Right? Half of you guys snuck in. Half of you guys talked your way in. You're now in Berkner's fort. You made it down beneath the library. Beneath the temple to the library.
We met Berkner.
Yeah.
I almost killed him.
Jake almost killed him. That's right. I mean, he was acting strange.
What business do you have? Yeah, that's just not right.
Butchery. That's all I can say.
Yeah. But yeah, they made their way through some puzzles and magical locks and traps and encountered Berkner, who had turned himself into a Yeti and has now survived Jake's maul, but narrowly with some good healing from Brother Raddick, and has regained consciousness, and very thankful that you're here. He's trying to get you to help him get to his own personal vault to retrieve his fortune, and
that was also where the documents were?
No, that you're in the room. So this room is just wall to wall books and scrolls, and
so this is the documents.
Yeah, and it's good that you brought the big guy, because there is easily like 600 pounds of books here. Like, it's a library. It's just picture like 4 or 5 floor to ceiling bookshelves, just chock full.
Alrighty. That's a lot.
So, how do we proceed? I'm not really sure what to do. I've been down here for the better part of a month because I don't know what to do. But thankfully you're here now, and you seem like a smart bunch. I'm sure you can come up with something. I'll tell you anything you need to know about the fort. I'll help you any way I can. But I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Martin said someone helped them. Would you have any clue on who that would be?
You guys are breaking up.
Yeah.
No,
You guys are freezing and breaking up a bit.
Yep, that tracks. How am I now? I'll wait.
Fine, just keep going.
Okay. So I suspect Martin was talking about the fact that there was no siege. They didn't march an army up. It was just I was down here in the library doing some studying, and the next thing, there was no alarm sound. I could just hear the sounds of chaos, and I simply didn't go up. What are you going to do in that situation?
So we're looking for some paperwork. Would you be able to point us in the right direction?
What are you looking for, lad? And he just kind of, again, looks around the room like you're in a library.
Specifically what the guild would be interested in.
Oh, the guild will want it all. Yeah. So this is the thing about information. If you're baking a cake, a recipe is going to be very handy. If you're locked up in a dungeon, a how-to on how to pick a lock is going to be very useful. You understand? Like different situations, different information. I've got something for everything.
Is there anything that's particularly important to the guild?
They're going to want it all.
So if you could point us in the right direction, that would be lovely. Because I can't find my notes to see if it says anything here specifically what we're looking for.
They want the documents. They want all
the documents. Okay.
They might have told you it's a million things, but they didn't. They said get his documents. All right.
So we can't have it falling into the wrong hands, of course.
Of course not. What if these fucking North Erglians learn to read?
Aye. So if you could point us in the right direction.
I guess we'll have to burn it.
Well, I don't think that's... We're not going to do that.
You will not.
Don't worry, we're not going to let him burn. He's a jokester, a prankster. This is just his little game that he plays.
Leor smiling, not laughing. He just thought he wouldn't let it get in the wrong hands.
I mean, here's what we can do: is we'll take as much as you can, and I'll help you to pick the books that I think are most useful. Then what I need from you guys as players is just to tell me how many pounds of books you can carry, and then we'll assume he goes through and just loads you up with what he.
I mean, I could probably carry a couple pounds. How much?
Like, he starts piling them on. He puts like one book, and then two, then he goes to the third, and you're like, nope, that's.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Wait. You got any paperbacks?
What can you tell us about the defenses above? Do you have anything up your sleeve that may not have been used by the defenders?
Oh, well, yeah, I definitely do. You're talking about like within the fort, not our exterior defenses.
Correct.
Oh yeah, okay. Here, hold on. He clears off, like he just brushes a bunch of pieces of parchment and quills and stuff off a table, and he starts drawing up a map of the fort. Boop. All right. So, you see this map, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So over here, hold on. Boop. Right here. Why are you not pinging? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is the keep. This is the temple. This is where you guys are. Underneath it. Over here is the barracks. Mess hall. These 1, 2, 3 are the houses that the tunnel runs underneath.
Okay.
Over here is the entrance to the dungeon, and it's just kind of like a shack because or just like a smaller house because the dungeon is underground, so it's really just like the entrance to the stairwell. Over here is the infirmary. So there's a few things. On the infirmary, there is a big hanging sign, and it's got like a trick to it where if you hit a certain lever, it'll come just swinging down. And I'm talking, it is a 20-foot long chunk of wood, so it'll come down on you. Right here, this house, well, it's not a house, it's a tower. It's particularly tall. It's got, you crush two bricks in the right area, like 2 specific stones, and the whole thing will come toppling over.
Which direction?
So it'll go.
It's part of the fun. You don't know until you hit it.
In reality, my map here, this building kind of doesn't come quite as far. It ends maybe here, and it falls in this direction.
Okay. So an open area.
Yep. Let's see. What else? There was. No, that might have been it. I made these a long time ago, and I've had no use for them. And of course, now that I need them, if I think of any others, I'll let you know.
What about the keep itself?
So the keep, I really, there's not a lot of defense. Not so many traps in the keep. It's defensible. It's a good stone building. There's only all the windows, except 2 on the second floor, are small, too small for a man to pass through, and it's just very, very defensible. But in my bedroom, or in my office, I should say, my study, if you will, that's where my vault is, and it's very well hidden. But in there, I keep all my treasure, and there's actually a tunnel that goes straight down into a set of caves that are underneath the floor, and it's an excellent. We could escape if we could get there. We could escape, but it's the keep. I mean, getting to that point is going to be very difficult.
You have no other means of assisting.
If we can get to my vault, I have some things that can help you, and I do have these. And he rifles through desk, and he pulls out 2 healing potions.
I'll grab one. You guys, it was so fast. You guys only think he had 1.
What is this? These? You got the vial, you got the cork, you got the potion.
It's a figure of speech. Yeah, it's.
My washing machine.
Can
Hey
this-
guys.
Is this considered a short rest?
Yeah.
Could I have used my second wind when we started relaxing?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, you guys need to hit.
I can't hear you.
You guys have taken any damage you need to heal. You roll your hit dice.
No, I haven't.
So that's for my second win.
Sure.
So now, where is this vault of yours?
All right, hold on. And he starts scribbling up another drawing. It takes a few minutes. So you can just do this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I just didn't.
Bam! You're welcome, Jake.
All right, cool, sweet.
So lucky roll.
And after a few minutes, he gives you a very detailed drawing of his keep. Guys, see the keep?
Yep.
All right, so we're going second floor. This is his bedroom. Hang you, son of a bitch. Oh, I'm drawing, that's why. Boop. All right, here's his bedroom. And the top right corner, that is his study.
Mhm.
The vault is right here.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. That's on the second floor. It's only 2 stories.
Yep.
What about the cellar? Is there anything in particular in the cellar?
Wine and food and... Well, probably not anymore.
Hmm.
And where are we right now? We're in the cellar?
No, you're in the temple.
We're in the temple
All of
still.
the-
Oh, so we have to get to his house.
Yeah.
Is there
Okay.
a,
So you guys are underneath the temple, which is this building here.
The keep is the big
The
rectangle.
keep is, yep, right next door.
Okay.
could you advise us on any ways to enter the keep?
Well, there's a back door. It'll bring us in. Sorry for all the jumping back and forth.
That's the short one that leads
it's-
into the kitchen, correct?
Well, it's not the kitchen. It's just
Hallway.
kind of a storage hallway, and it's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze at the core, just for you two fellas. You're a little big in the chest, if you will. But I think you maybe make it a running start, and you might end up with a couple scrapes, but I think you could squeeze through, maybe. I don't know. But the door is going to be right back here. And it comes out right here. You see that ping?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We were talking about this before. Was there a tunnel that came into the keep too?
No, you misunderstood. So the tunnel I was talking about was just the tunnel under those 3 houses. I saw you had said something. You thought it was attached to the keep and the temple, but it's just those 3 houses.
Okay.
All right. So we have the traps, the tower that falls. How tall is that tower? As tall as the keep?
Oh no, that's our watchtower. That
No,
is
so it's double that.
at least double the height of the keep.
I could bring that down if we lure enough people under the falling area. We could kill a good amount of the garrison and an accident.
Now, if it falls, will it hit the temple? Or where will it fall exactly where that little line is there, or will it go further than that?
It will fall. I'm a man who plans. No, it will fall exactly short of the temple. There might be a little collateral, maybe a stone, rolls or tumbles, but the fall will bring it within inches of the temple.
And also make a successful barricade between the temple and the keep.
I mean, it will be a fair amount of trouble. It is true.
How is the trap in the infirmary triggered?
There's this metal rigging that kind of supports the sign, and there's kind of a tucked away piece that you would never notice, but it just looks like part of the support, but in reality it's a lever, and you just pull the lever. But stand close to the building when you do it, because the sign will swing right past you.
It will bring men to the infirmary when we head somewhat to tower. We do this in stages.
Well, do we know how many people have taken up residence in the keep since they've taken over?
That's the question, because we know there's 100 garrison at least.
Mm-hmm.
The keep itself is really the main point.
Yeah, so you guys, just having gone through, and you didn't spend a ton of time, but it seems so that there's probably, give or take 100 fighting men, and then probably about equal numbers of, civilians, women and children, and the elderly, and that sort of thing. So you're probably looking somewhere in the neighborhood of 150 to 200 people.
I mean, in the keep itself.
Oh, in the keep.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows?
Is there a well?
Yeah, there's a couple of different wells. There's one right here between these buildings, and there is another over here, and there is a third right here.
So you're saying we poison the water and then just wait for it to sort itself out? Brilliant.
No. No. I was wondering where they would go if we set a fire.
You guys you're good at this, huh?
I just wanted to poison everybody in the fort and steal the documents and leave.
So you guys are good.
Which building was their armory again? Did they?
So you figure there's probably a fair amount of weapons in the barracks, but the building he showed you when you first came in was, get my pinger up. This one right here.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, this is the main gate right here.
So it kind of a spiral pattern around, almost like the wall.
My thought is if they have taken any prisoners, we can arm them. We fire the barracks, deprive them of weaponry. But this, perhaps after we trigger traps, and both to crush them with the tower, and then to strike them when they go to bring the men to the infirmary.
Only thing is we can't count on the prisoners as being fighting capable. They could be malnourished at this point. They could be abused. They could be wounded.
That's true. It has been long enough for, if they haven't been feeding them well, a month or 3 weeks to a month is definitely enough time where you got some weak bitches on your hands.
I was there. You are a sneak. Could you see in this dungeon, investigate?
I mean, I know we've just met here, but I don't know that I appreciate being called a sneak. I also, if you're going to send anybody down into the...
You spoke of being capable of invisibility.
Well, I mean, I have some certain powers, of course. So you want me to go into the keep?
No, the dungeon to see if there were men capable of fighting.
See, here's the problem. If you're going to send somebody into a dark dungeon, you should probably send the dwarf, because I can't see a lick in the dark. And it would defeat the purpose of me being invisible if I was carrying a torch.
Any men who guard it will also not be able to see in the dark. There should be torches.
I mean, I suppose, but I think we're getting off of the main point here. The only reason we're here is to get the documents and get them to safety. So going into the dungeon seems like just an unnecessary exercise, since we're here in the temple. We already have some of these books, which is great. They want this, but then the vault is in the keep. So if we go into the keep, we find the vault, we open the vault, we take what's in the vault, we get out, we leave out the back door, and nobody's the wiser.
But Alistair, you see, if the North Erglians hold this fort, many will die. Not just the prisoners in the dungeon, but...
And it's a shame. It's a terrible tragedy. One that's I feel certainly could have been avoided well before now. At this point, we have a very specific mission, and I'm looking at Bjorn. And that's to get these documents and to get them out of here to safety. Once we have these precious documents,
you start
safety,
son.
then maybe we go back.
If we take the fort, we can have all of the documents.
I'm not a mathematician. Just give me a moment here. 1, 2, 3.
Don't discount me just because I've been quiet. That's my best Southern accent. Or at least Will's version of Southern accent.
Scottish, something.
Yeah.
Really,
all right, so 3.5.
But
against an army of people.
I don't think that's very kind of the dwarf.
I look over to Alistair.
I don't think that's... He need to do his turn.
First things first, we need to secure the documents, because if we start a whole shite show here in this in the fort and we can't get to it, then we're in a wee bit of trouble here.
Tell us of these caves that were under the keep.
Well, there's a number of different there's the first cavern, and then there are 1, 2, 3. It's been a while since I've been down there. 4 tunnels, three tunnels, but then one branches off into the bottom line is they go and they wind and they twist, and there's only one that leads to daylight, maybe 3-4 miles away from here. The other ones you could spend walking around in circles until you starve to death.
So from your vault, we can walk down into these tunnels?
No, you have to jump. It's a lot of fun. It's scary. It is really scary, but it is fun.
I don't like the sound of this at all.
How far?
Well, there's water down there. It's okay.
What are the most essential documents that you say? Not all, obviously.
I mean,
What are
how
the
deep is the
essential-
water, too? Because I'm looking at this bloke right over here, and again I point at Bjorn. I said, with his armor, he'll sink like a stone.
He has a point.
Well, you see, you sink like a stone, and then you climb out of it. If you can't survive a fall into water, I mean, you're a fucking dwarf. It's supposed to be like the tippity tops.
Of fighting, not falling.
It's water, man. You'd throw a 5-year-old down there, and they'd figure it out.
5-year-old wearing 40 pounds of spikes.
Who says you have to wear your armor jumping into the... You people. Yes, you people.
We will be carrying hundreds of pounds of books.
Hey, you want us to take your books into water.
That we're
Well, we'll have
supposed
to make sure the sacks that they're sealed in are airtight, and I wish there was another way, but...
So explain to me again why we can't just leave the way we came.
Who's to say you can't?
Well,
But-
then it's decided. Great.
But if you can get me to my vault, I will reward you handsomely.
Well, of course, we'll get you to the vault. That's very important, yes. How handsomely are we talking?
Right, that's why we can't just leave.
Yeah. There had to be some reason.
Promise of fortune.
So,
Well, I mean, we can always cause a diversion by knocking over the tower. Once we do that, we sneak right into the keep after everybody leaves, saying, "Oh me, oh my, what happened to the tower? Terrible, terrible. Hope no one was hurt."
Oh,
We lock the doors behind us. We take our time. We get to the vault. We get back out. We go outside the way we came, and we leave, and everything is fine. Mission accomplished.
do you know where the prisoners are actually being held? That's my concern here.
This is the...
We're still
I would
the
have to
prisoners, huh?
assume that they would make use of my dungeon. It would make no sense for them not to. And the dungeon is right here. It's underground, but this is where you'd access it.
See, my thought on prisoners is they may not be capable of fighting, but they can definitely carry books. We can use them to get out while we hold on as we can. We evacuate and get clear with the documents.
I don't know how many you think, like, hold off as many of you as you can.
Temporarily.
Is get riddled with arrows in 6 seconds.
Well, we burn their arrows.
So really, we just use them as a wall on either side of us to the front gate. We drag the books behind us, crouching low.
Use the books as shields. Try to catch the arrows with the
No,
books.
wait, the books are not expendable. The prisoners are. No one said anything about prisoners. That wasn't part of the deal.
Get the documents, rescue the prisoners.
Yeah.
The guild knows there's prisoners here.
Right. They would have mentioned it specifically if this was a concern of theirs.
Right.
What are the most essential books again? Get me the most essential documents. Anything related to the guild or information to the guild.
Well, everything on this wall has to go. This is the most vital. And again, he's pointing at like 200 books.
You don't happen to have a scanner or
right
anything
out
here,
the
do
chest.
you? Maybe some microfiche of these.
Ones, not all.
He's like he's getting more annoyed with you than you are with him. Like,
Do you happen to have a
now
magical...
imagine you had a chest full of treasure, and I'd say, which one of these gold coins are the most important? They're all fucking gold coins.
All right, settle down here. Everyone's getting a little anxious, and I understand why. That being said, you're a magical fellow, are you?
I am not. No, I am a
Well,
scholar.
you're
I'm a man of books.
well, you're rich.
Well, yes, I am rich. Yes.
I
Do
don't
you
mean-
happen to have a magical sack or a magical chest or something like that where we could fit all of these things nice and neatly into?
I do not.
What use are you? I
have
mumbled
not.
myself.
Did he mention anything in the vault that would help us? I forget.
So he has some useful things in the vault, but nothing that's going to help you transport books.
All right.
And they told me to get the documents. I thought they told me to get the documents out of the vault, or was it the library?
Well,
They
it's
said vault, but they thought this was the vault.
right. Like, so he kind of masquerades this as his vaults. So
Okay.
if they had spent the appropriate time looking through his room and they probably would have figured out the illusion that is hiding his personal vault. But because there is this vault in the temple that is like this big grand door with a fancy arcane lock, they're like, that's the vault.
So they
No
don't
more-
even
no need to
necessarily
look.
want all
There's
this
the vault.
shit. They just want what's in the vault.
No, they want
No,
this.
the guild wants
This is what
documents.
this is
Oh.
what they think was there. They don't
Oh,
know
So
okay.
about.
like, you're
I
the
get it,
guild.
I get it, I get it,
You're
I get it,
like,
I get it. I get
This
it.
guy, maybe he has 10,000 gold or 20,000 gold or 40,000 gold. I mean, that's okay. That's fine. But like the information is priceless. Like, you're a guild. The gold isn't really so much of an issue to you. Information is more important.
So we're going to need some sort of cart.
Well, and keep in mind as you're looking at this, like, or as you guys are talking, Lior has just 3 or 4 huge sacks filled with tools that he's just like a comical
Yeah, that's true.
amount.
Maybe
of
we
equipment that
maybe we
he's got in
leave the
sacks.
tools here. We'll fill those up with books. We'll take what we can. We'll leave. If we have to come back, maybe we'll come back.
Sure, and I just want you guys to figure out if you're gonna try to take the books, just figure out how many pounds you want to carry.
How
then
much
we'll
can people
assume-
carry based on their I forget, on their strength score?
What is it? 10 times your strength score? 15 times your strength score?
It's 15. It's 15. That's your carrying capacity before you're encumbered. You can lift up double that.
Okay.
No, we're gonna need a quick get out if we're carrying stuff out.
Yeah, trying to get out encumbered is going to be
No, I'm just saying, like that's what you're.
right.
So I can carry 86.5 pounds. That seems high for me, but I could.
Even if I don't
Wait,
discover,
you say 86 and a half?
Yeah.
That seems about right. Like 86 pounds is not a lot of pounds.
that's
No,
also,
and that's including the stuff that I already have on me. So I take because it's 120 pounds altogether.
Oh, you already have some gear. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I can carry roughly about another 180 before I have to ditch anything. But
Again. Okay, well, yeah, so all right, so 180 pounds.
But do we need? We don't really need. No, I mean, no offense. I know you spent a lot of time shopping, but we don't really necessarily need all of these tools. We got in fairly easily without them. Plus, you had all the tools, and we did all the climbing. You went in the front door.
Bjorn's laughing just as much as I am.
New York is just staring at the map, thinking he's just like kind of acting like this isn't happening.
So we fill up our sacks with the books, go to the keep, go to the vault, because it's very important,
He turns his
and then we get out.
New York turns his attention on Berkner. He's like, little lordling, is there any? Do you have anything that can help us even out this number disadvantage we have?
I mean, nothing beyond what I have some useful magical weapons or magical, because they're weapons, in my vault, and there's the tower, but beyond that.
What are the magical weapons in your vault?
Oh, they're really cool. So, you guys know about spell bombs? You guys know about spell bombs, right? No?
Yes.
So spell bombs are essentially magical grenades, where it's this little orb of magical energy, and for mechanical purposes, it's similar to like a spell scroll. So, but in this, instead of having a spell scroll for fireball, you have a little fireball spell bomb, and the way you do it is, there is one more step. Because now you're not just like casting a spell and thinking that's where you want the fireball to be centered. You have to throw it. So there is an attack roll involved. It's not a huge thing. Like if you roll really poorly, it's maybe 5 or 10 feet off. So it's your AOE might be messed up, but you're still going to cast a fireball. But yeah, so we've got a couple spell bombs. I've got one that just is a huge explosion of fire. Another one that will just. Yeah, you throw it at a building, you could destroy the building. It just blows stuff up.
All of that seems very helpful in our current predicament.
Oh yes, yeah, no, it'll be invaluable.
So again, we pack up some books, we go to the keep, get some fire bombs, blow shit up. Get the fuck out.
I've had those for a long time, and I've never had use.
Oh, they sound awesome. I would love to try one.
Me too. But maybe you should. I don't have the best arm.
My thought is we destroy the barracks before we raise an alarm, and then use the tower and the infirmary traps. Spell bomb that he mentioned that could destroy a building.
Well, again, but we have to get to the vault first, and that's easier said.
But we need a plan for once we have them as well.
Well, maybe we take it one step at a time. So, do you want to go to the vault first? Maybe if that's what you want to do first, we figure out how to get to the vault, and then we'll go from there. Maybe ruminate on a plan afterwards, but just to get moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's try this.
Although I still think causing a distraction outside of the keep to lure everybody else out, or at least as many people as we can out as we head in, may be our best option.
Right. All right. So we need to weigh into the keep. Let's spitball. So we've got cause a diversion to sneak in. Any other ideas? Throw them at me. Write them down.
It is late at night. The guards are already mostly asleep. There's I would estimate 20 men left awake guarding the wall.
Oh well. I mean, you would probably know better than I, but I imagine you. So when it was my place, I had 10 men on the wall at all times, and then another anywhere 10 to 15 around and inside the keep on guard. I don't know how you North Erglians, you Eldorans do it, but
Bjorn and I can we can wander the keep without drawing attention. They know we are here. We can wander. Well, we can wander the fort, and to some extent, the.
Are you with them? You did try to kill me.
I didn't know. I saw a Yeti. I thought I killed a Yeti.
In his defense, I thought about killing you also.
I thought you would make a in a cloak.
But now that we know that it's you, you're a lovely fellow. We would never do anything to harm you.
This is troubling.
It's the Yeti thing. You come across as a Yeti. I mean, you take the good and the bad. Is all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, I understand. I thought you were North Erglians.
Right, so there was a case of mistaken identity all the way around.
It is worth noting as well that I have multiple smaller traps we can to place about to guard our points of egress.
Oh yeah, actually, I have a few around here as well. And he opens this thing, and there's just like 6 or 7 like halberds that are hooked up to like a hinging mechanism. And he's like, here, watch this. And he sets up a tripwire, and then he like kind of triggers it, and it's like goes from vertical to like swings down and around like right about chest height. It was just. He's like, right.
The orc just kind of stares at him like, "You didn't mention this yet," and he just staring at him.
It's been a lot, okay?
What other traps do you have around?
No, that's it.
So we load up the books.
Well, sorry, 6 or 7 was it? He is 4. I didn't think about what I was saying. There's 6 or 7, but those are huge.
Comical amount of halberds.
He got them wholesale.
Well, I mean, it's 4 separate traps.
Oh, okay. I was picturing all at once.
I like that.
Dead guy.
So you guys just set them all up in one place, like 4 tripwires, and it's just.
If you ever want to break morale, that's how you do it.
Right.
All right.
I have 5.
All right. So we got diversion to get into the keep. What else we got?
Pick off as many men innocent as we can without drawing attention to ourselves, and then get into the keep.
We could create a diversion and to get men into the keep while beginning the assault on the keep. We release the prisoners, send them to the armory to arm. We destroy the barracks and trigger the other traps. That's quite the diversion for someone to sneak into the vault. We
can't destroy the barracks until we have the stuff from the vault.
Right.
So we need to get into the keep. That's step 1.
All right.
I say we somehow knock down the tower, go through the back door as everyone's coming out the front.
That makes sense.
And then go to the vault, get the stuff out, and then we burn shit all over the place once we have the contents of the vault.
I can appreciate that. Let's do it.
All right. So, are we planning on sneaking into the keep, or the keep? If you could get in, do you want to bar the doors and cover your? Do we cover our 6, but forsake the stealth side, or do we just try to sneak?
We could do. Here's the thing: we don't know how many people are in the fort, so we could sneak. I'm sorry, the keep. If we sneak into the keep, and there's a whole bunch of guys there ready to kill us, then we're not going to accomplish our mission, or at least very easily. So if we do a little both. So one of us knocks down this tower. The others sneak in. During all the commotion, the one who knocked down the tower can get inside. Then we can either bar the door from the outside, take down whoever's left in, because whoever's left in is not going to be a hearty sort, I imagine. Otherwise, they'd go out and see what was happening.
What if before we do this, we set traps so that in the chaos they're stepping into traps, causing more chaos?
I can appreciate it. Wear them down while they're trying to figure out what is happening. Kill some before they even know who they're fighting.
Bjorn and I can trigger the tower, and we can which would cause men to come out of the keep to investigate. I can't imagine many would stay inside when they have a tower simply collapse. It would call their leadership out. Or you or Radek can do so, and then
I think.
Now I say I very much am inclined to sneak around the back of the building.
She don't necessarily want us on the front lines, I don't think.
My thought is we need to bar the gate into the keep, so that when they go to return, they are gathered there, and whoever has these spell bombs can destroy them at the gate.
Well, who am I? I'll be Berkner.
Who shall I be
that
today?
does make sense. Covering your backside is always a good idea.
We lure them out of the keep, which gets you in. And then when they go to return to the keep, they cannot get in. They gather to find their way in, and we hit them with the spell bombs. And while the people inside are hitting them with the spell bomb, those on the outside free the prisoners.
We can use the prisoners to get the books out at that point, and the rest can escape through the caverns.
I don't know that I'd rely on the prisoners to get these books out. I mean, if we can carry the books, I mean, there's 4 of us. We could probably take all the important ones at least.
If they can help, they can help. If not, then they are free to attempt escape.
Sure.
So, Josh, you would know of North Erglians that dropping a tower is definitely going to stir up a commotion. But if they're like, you think about who's going to be in the keep is going to be like the Montauk and his most like important men. So who's going to be guarding them is going to be
the elites,
or at least more like well-disciplined guards. And for like an average soldier, it's like, what was that big bang? Let's check it out. For like a well-disciplined soldier, it's like, what was that big bang? Let's prepare to defend. You know, so like you're not going to leave your post because you heard a commotion. There's 100 other people outside. Your job is to guard Montauk or whatever. You know, right. So like
that would be in Berkner's room as well. That'd be where I would stay if I claimed a fort.
I mean, it's willing to assume that like this very nice bedroom is probably where but who knows? You can make educated guesses, and that's really all you can do.
I've drawn out it's not likely to draw out the leadership to investigate.
Right, like it certainly sounds like a good diversion, but just like every single person just like abandoning their post.
Well, not expecting everyone, but I mean, I would expect at least a couple of the lieutenants to come out and check.
Yeah, and
that would make sense. Like one lieutenant comes out, checks, while the rest do their business and prepare defense, probably. Every little bit helps in this situation anyway. If they're busy there, they can't help us.
How late is it again?
What is it? It's so by now you guys came in like shortly after dark. I'd say it's with all the talking and getting through. You say somewhere between 10 and 11 p.m.
Okay. So a lot of people are at least probably getting to bed, if not already there.
Sure. And there's nothing, like, if you want to go at 1, there's nothing saying you can't wait a couple hours.
Right.
Well, if we're going to take time to set some traps to cause further chaos, too, then...
Sure.
So, if it's only going to put them on alert, do we even want to cause a diversion?
Yeah, we may not.
Do we wait till we are in the vault before we cause a diversion?
I mean, we could do that. Is there a window that you can see from the outside, from the office?
Unfortunately, the office is at the back of the building, so there is, but you
it won't matter.
And
what's on the other side of that again? Is that the bedroom?
Oh, actually, the office has no window. The bedroom has a window. Yes.
Because if we can get the stuff out of the vault and have somebody down below by the tower to take it down once we have the stuff, although we may be overthinking it, sneaking in, grabbing the stuff, and leaving still seems like the easiest plan.
It is no doubt easier. There are repercussions for a lot of other people that aren't you. But
yeah, well, that's not my fault.
Right. Getting yourself killed isn't going to help them. So
no, not at all. Nobody wants me dead.
By
which I mean I don't want me dead. So anyway, maybe
it seems the best plan requires no matter what we sneak into the vault. Who sneaks in?
I mean, I could sneak into the vault.
Can you do that and then perhaps descend from the window with the tools that we could use from the vault?
I mean,
you can make your way out. There's a window. It's in the bedroom, and
I'd prefer to go out the same way I came in, if possible.
Oh, if possible.
I mean,
sure.
Unnecessary spelunking doesn't seem like something that we need to do.
That's true. Then we start there. We start there, and then our plan hinges upon how that works.
So now, what are you gonna do while I'm sneaking into the keep and into?
We'll be saying prayers for you, obviously.
Well, of course, that. I mean, it is a heroic act.
We should be prepared to engage if Alistair is found, so he's not alone.
We'll lay traps about the fort and prepare to rush the keep if you get found.
Well, fair enough, and
I think perhaps we should.
But how do we know that he got found when they
should-
bring out his?
That's true.
We should lay
for
traps.
fuck's sake, I'm standing right here.
We should lay the traps before we all begin this. We get everything ready, and then
Well, why don't you lay the traps as I'm getting into the keep, and this way we're all set once I try to make my escape out.
All right, seems like a good spot. We'll take our first break of the evening, and then when we come back, no more. It's action. We're just gonna go.
All right.
All right. Empty your bladders. Do what you got to do. We'll be back.
We'll be
120
back. Count, somebody count. We'll be back in 120.
Give us
Especially now that
2 minutes to
Will's
say-
not here. He needs 130. And we're back. Thanks for waiting for us.
That was 120 seconds. That's what 2 minutes feels like, guys. Just so you know, frame of reference.
That's what it feels.
No.
I'm assuming nobody was counting though.
All right. So, what was the plan again, gentlemen? What are we doing? Let's
All right.
recap real quick before we storm the keep.
First order of business, we pack up whatever books we need because we don't want to
Alright.
come back in here.
So you're taking you got 80 pounds.
Yeah, fine.
Big Phil, you're taking 180 pounds.
do we want to carry all the books while we do this?
I don't think we're gonna come back in here, are we?
It wouldn't be difficult.
So it is a tricky situation because if we leave the books here, we're committed to taking the keep. No, not the keep, the fort.
Right.
Damn it.
Sorry, I've been doing the same thing, and I probably rubbed off on you.
And it's my fort. I very much want to take the fort. But if we're going to get up to the vault and decide to run away, we really should bring some books.
The second one.
You're not a brave man. You've heard this before, I'm sure.
We're all brave in our own little ways.
All right, dwarf.
I single-handedly killed a hag, by the way. I don't know if you knew this or not, but
210 pounds.
Why'd you stab her in the back? I'll take your silence as a yes.
Maybe. The point is, she died.
Now, was she a hag or was she like a mean old lady?
No, she was an actual hag. There's a whole song about it and everything.
Would you write it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Anyway, I think we should pack up the books
While
as
you
much
guys
as
are-
we can.
While this whole exchange is happening, Lork is just kind of sighed and he's just unslinging all this crap from his pack.
It's just like it takes such a comical amount of time too. Like 1 pickaxe, 2 pickaxes, a sledgehammer, a full tent.
Yeah, I know.
It'd be like the equivalent of a clown car, except his packs are so jam packed and huge that it's exactly how much shit you would expect to be in there.
So I just started taking 210 pounds of books off that one shelf he showed me.
Okay.
We're just taking the whole library, I think. We got. And
Well,
we'll load
that was
Raddick up.
Books are pretty heavy. I think in the
They can
they're
get
like
heavy,
5
yes.
pounds a piece. Yeah, so like you think about like 80 pounds, like that's a lot. That's like 14 books.
Yeah,
It's 2 Harry Potter series.
that's what I take. Yeah.
I've made room. I've got 260 pounds worth of stuff now that I can carry.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait. I can carry another book if I get rid of the shovel.
I'll give him one of mine.
Book or shovel.
Keeping the climber's kit.
All right. Now, I'm going to go into the keep. Am I doing this on my own? I'm going to turn myself invisible. I'm not going to...
It's probably better for sneaking if you sneak by yourself.
Yeah.
The 8-foot-tall giant dude in mail is not going to help you with stealth.
And the,
Right.
and the short, spiky dude is not going to...
Not to mention, we're not exactly subtle people.
Clank, 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 clank.
Hey, what are you doing here? We're coming for your vault.
We're sneaking.
Well, now I
You
say,
don't see me.
Where will we be, though? So we don't go with that. I'm not a sneaky individual myself. I once lost at hide and seek. That's the end of the story.
Yeah.
I lost the only time I ever played.
That's very accurate to Will's depiction, except Will would have taken a great deal longer.
Yeah.
See, the trouble is, I forgot to hide my legs. What are you gonna do?
So where are you going to stay while I'm doing this? I think it's a good point.
Well, that's all well for you, because you can go out into the world, but Mr. Berkner and I will be murdered. Just really brutally murdered. I'm talking, have you ever heard of a North Erglian necktie? You're gonna cut your throat, they pull your tongue
I think
through.
that's too early for Attic. That's too early.
It's a little...
He's getting some DMs.
It's a little derivative, don't you think? This North Erglians. Make up your own shit, man.
So I'd say we wait by the back wall, and then we can convene at the back wall near the temple again and decide if we're going to do more or just leave.
Makes sense.
All right. All right. So let's do it. Or for that matter, you guys are probably like, if you're gonna hang out right by the back wall, we might as well just stay in the temple. No one seems to be coming in the temple, and it's essentially the same place. And
I already had to kick one dude in the nuts by the back wall. They're probably getting suspicious of just hanging out back there.
He's just... Who knows what you're doing?
That's our spot. We picked it. That's our spot. I don't have to get rid of my tent. I can just set up my tent there.
We'll put up a sign: trespassers will be nut kicked. We've already established that we're not afraid to do
sign.
it. We know where the nuts are. We know how to kick them.
They have to jump.
Trespassers will be nut head-butted. Ooh, you probably got a spiky helmet.
Yeah, that's way meaner.
All right,
Anyway,
so up you go. Any precautions or...
I'm invisible.
Get out of the temple there, Mr. Man.
I don't know. The way, well, were there, what was in there? Because I'm going to turn invisible when I need to. So I'd like, can we go out the back, the way that we came in? Through the back door?
We use the window.
You guys came in through a window.
Well,
All the windows.
Oh, right, yeah, I don't want to climb down. I'll go through the kitchen or whatever it was and go out the back door, if possible.
That's to the keep.
Yeah,
So the temple is just like, it's a one big building.
Well, there was a back door originally that we were going to go through.
That's the keep.
Oh, that was the keep?
Yeah. Temple, you guys came in through the window because there is no back door.
So basically what happens is I walk out the door of the room that we're in, stop, think for a second, walk back in and say, how do I get out of this fucking temple?
I go up. I just start walking towards the first floor, and I'm just like unlimbering rope as I go and help him lower himself out.
There you go. That matter, you could probably just launch him through it.
Yeah, but is he gonna stick the landing?
No, but what's 1d6 of falling damage? You just hear, like, you see nothing. You just hear this.
I'm not worried about the sad whimper.
All right, so we'll say they get you out the window.
Okay. Then I will turn invisible.
Oh, So before you leave, Berkner does give you some instructions for the vault. He says it looks just like a wardrobe, but when you go to open it, there's two handles that both turn down like this. You have to turn one down and one up. So the left one goes up, right one goes down, and then you quickly switch. And when you open it up, instead of seeing my wardrobe, you'll see the door to the vault. And I don't have my key. Is that going to be a problem? It's a magical key. You pass the magical lock to come down here.
I've got a magical key of unlocking.
He loves telling people.
All right, so remember, right handle goes down, left handle goes up, and then quickly at the same time.
I got the instructions. I know what's.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me 6 times. I understand.
Good luck, Scald.
All right, and out you go, Mr. Invisible Man.
All right.
So,
Alrighty.
So, yeah, once I'm down, I guess I'm in the back, or what window am I down?
All right, so yeah, you guys here. Let me load up.
it was this side that we came in before the temple anyway, so you could just go this way, you know.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, so you're coming out right about here.
I am going to note, because we stayed in the temple, your backup is not really going to be there. So good luck.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
So yeah, all right. So you're out the window. Actually drop your token.
Sure. That's a good idea. Whoa.
Actually, all you guys, if you want to hang out in the temple, you can, but drop your tokens. That way, if you want to move somewhere else, you move somewhere else.
How do I do that again?
You just pull up the character sheet. Go to character sheet over here, and
you just drag it over, right?
Drag and drop.
Yep.
All right, cool.
What am I dragging?
So instead of clicking on your character sheet to open it, just drag it over to the map, and that drops your token.
Boom.
Yeah, well, I'm very small.
I kind of listen and stuff.
Sure. And that's the thing too, is you got Radek and Berkner need to stay out of sight, but you guys don't necessarily have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out at that spot. That's my spot. That's our spot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out in front of the temple.
Just picture you barking at people, pissing on the corner of the building. You don't live here. We live here.
It's my spot. I claimed the spot. I called it already. Nobody, you get no backseats.
That's exactly it. This is where the cool kids come to smoke. All right.
Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out by the temple door.
All right, so Alistair, you're what are you doing?
So I'm over here. I'm gonna head back this direction to go through the back door.
All right, give me a stealth roll with advantage because you're invisible.
Sure. Advantage. Oof, not great. 12.
That will. I mean, no one's really looking for you. So you're still.
On that one, I'm fine having the lower score.
Yeah, get that out of the way.
Yeah. This is why I made sure that I knew the spell invisibility.
Right. All right, so you get the door is right over here. When you get behind the building, it's
I'm back behind here somewhere, right? Yeah, there we go. All right.
It is locked.
Sure it is. I'm gonna check it for traps.
Give me an investigation check.
Sure. Oops. 21.
You are confident it's not trapped. And imagine if it were. What a fucking asshole Berkner would be.
Well, I didn't know. I'm just making sure because there's other people living there now.
It's true.
But yeah, no, Berkner would have been a dick if he didn't tell me about that trap.
You have to mind if Berkner doesn't remember
I
any of
just
the traps.
assumed that you would everybody traps their back door. It goes
I would. Mine is. If you come to my house right now, good luck getting to the back door, asshole. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say.
Fall into a punji pit full of
My
spikes.
house has nine exterior exits.
Yeah, I've got not that many.
Doors, right?
4.
There are 9 doors in and out of my house.
That's a lot of doors.
Too many fucking doors.
1, 2, 3,
Can't
4.
secure that.
I have 5 if you count the garage.
There you go.
So,
Two.
still a lot.
I'm surprised you have 2, honestly.
Yeah.
It seems like the house is 300 square feet. 2 doors is unnecessary.
All right. I'm gonna use my. It's locked, right? You said.
Yeah, that is locked.
All right. I am using my magical key of unlocking.
Boom. Knock yourself off a charge. You're good to go.
Yep.
Is that like 12 now?
12.
Yep.
All right, and then open the door. Like not all, I'm gonna slowly open it and then sneak through once it's wide enough. I'm not gonna just kick it open.
Not kicking it open.
Whoa! Wind blew this door open, motherfucker!
All right. Nobody. You open it. And there's nobody there, thankfully, because that is it's like a little bit of a leap of faith. So we're gonna switch you over to the keep map for now, and we'll bounce back to the fort map as needed. And drop your token again right here.
Yep, just setting it up here on the stream.
I didn't realize where the stairs up are on this. I assume we're right in the central hall there.
That's it right there.
Okay.
These are the stairs down to the cellar here.
Okay.
Okie doke. All right, so I need to get to the second floor.
You sure do.
Is this staircase going down?
Yeah, so these cellar
That's the
stairs
cellar,
right there.
right? Yeah. I don't wanna go
main
there.
Second story stairs are right here.
So I got to go right to the middle of. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop over here by this door, and I'm just gonna listen in.
All right, one sec. Oh, that door is open. That's actually not even a door; it's a doorway, like an archway.
Okay. So is there anybody in there? I'm just gonna peek in.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna drop some tokens just so it's easier to see.
Okay.
Where the guards are.
So on
Where the hell-
March 23rd, ladies and gentlemen,
Was born. Yeah.
yes, Jairus' wife was born, and in honor of that, we're doing a charity stream for St. Jude's Hospital right here on Wicked Studios. I don't know what time it is. It might be 8 o'clock in the morning. It might be 9 o'clock in the morning. It's a Saturday. You'll probably be sleeping, and that's fine because I would like to have been as well. But anyway, it's for a good cause. We're doing a little Greyhawk stream along with Lord Gasumba and the Greyhawk channel. So it's going to be 16 hours of D&D, all based on roughly the same story over 3 different channels. So make sure you check it out. And also, while we're waiting for Jairus to put more things down, check out Return to the Bandit Kingdoms here at 9 p.m. on Tuesday nights. Go to YouTube/Mr. AtomPL, but not right now. Wait for it. Wait, I know you're gonna ready to click. Don't do it. Check out past episodes of Ravanna, past episodes of Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. There's like a whole shitload. I mean, if you have nothing to do for like 50 hours of your life,
Yeah. We're here for you.
we've got you. We've got you covered. And then also, there's a few episodes, or 2 episodes now, of Atomic Peanut Butter Film School, or APB Film School, where we go behind the scenes in the making of our new web series, Super. And learn how to make a web series, a scripted web series, for little to no money. Well, I mean, you got to buy a camera at least. But you can steal it. If you steal it, I mean, I'm not going to judge you. You're doing it for your art, man. That's cool. That's cool. Are we done? Can I?
There, love and war and art and stuff.
Yeah.
We've exhausted Adam, and he's now advocating thievery. So
Yeah.
All right, I'm almost
Not
there.
advocating
So
it, just saying that I get it.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. We should probably stop before you start implicating yourself in crimes.
Yeah. For example, if you go down to the Best Buy,
I know they don't have security cameras.
I'm sure of it.
The irony. The cameras are not protected by cameras.
Yeah, they're for display only.
All right, so I'm just gonna put out the ones in the main room. Like, so there's a bunch of rooms off, right here, over
I'm
here.
going to explore every room. I'm just kidding.
Right. So I'm like, so immediately there's two guards you see in the same room as
Down
you,
here.
and when you poke your head out, yeah, you can see two on the first floor by the stairs. The doors are open, and there are two more, like, just basically guarding, like, the front door right over here.
Mm-hmm.
And and that was so. The other
here.
four you wouldn't really see until you step out into the room, but just for the sake of, I'm going to get it all out of the way right now. There's two more at the top of the stairs, just outside the double doors right here, and then two more along the gallery here and here.
Okay.
There you have it. All right, so what you doing? I'm assuming you're moving through this room because I've given you vision of guards, assuming that you did. But
Yes.
all right, so give me just.
This door is open?
Yeah, that door is open.
It's just like a doorway, not an actual door?
Right.
Okay. All right, so stealth check, I'm guessing?
To move, what's your passive?
My passive what?
Stealth.
Ooh. I mean, I have a +4 to stealth.
That's a 14. So, being that you're invisible,
my dexterity is
just
16.
walking behind these guys, I'm not going to make you roll for this particular instance, because otherwise, by the time we're done, you'll have 15 stealth rolls, and you're bound to roll a 1.
Yeah.
But just to quietly walk past two guys who aren't facing you while invisible, and you're naturally relatively stealthy, I would, that's okay. You can just. So if they wanted to be standing right by the door, that's a different story.
Yep. Okay. So then I'm gonna come around here to try to make a little bit of a wide berth around this dude by the stairs.
Okay.
And then come across the center. So again, I'm not, necessarily right next to one or the other, but I mean, I know that this is not is the staircase really this big?
Well, I don't know. What's the scale on that? It's like a big grand staircase. It's probably 10, 12 feet across, and right. It's big.
So anyway, I'm going to go through the center, try to split the middle. I'm assuming here I'm going to have to make a stealth roll.
Yeah, there's a stealth roll.
Advantage?
Advantage, yep.
All right. I did roll a natural 1, but luckily I also rolled a 17. So.
Thank God it's not disadvantage.
Yeah.
You're able to move up the stairs. We'll say right now, put you like halfway up because now you're coming up on another set at the top of the stairs. And how do you want to do that?
Yeah. Again, they're
just to either side of that door.
Well, here I'm going to make my
thanks to Berkner's drawing, that's going to be the master bedroom. That's where you need to go. The vault and the office are through there, and the doors are shut.
Hold on, I got to find. There it is. All right, so I'm down here now.
Yep, second floor.
Right, so I need to go through.
If I were smart, I would have arranged that the other way. Ground floor on the bottom.
That's all right. So I need to get into this room here. Okay.
Where Red Martin's murdered.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks familiar.
This is a map we used in Return to the Bandit Kingdoms.
Check out session
Recycle all of
0,
those
one of the two. I think the first
One of the
session 0.
4
Yeah,
session
that's right. We had a lot of session 0s. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm gonna click on this. I'm not actually casting this yet, but
Sure.
this way both I and the viewers can see what Dancing Lights does here and how
Sure.
far it goes. Its range is 120 feet.
Nice.
So that's good. Because these doors are closed.
They are closed.
Yeah. So I'm going to cast.
Now, keep in mind, casting a spell with a verbal component.
Oh, that makes me visible, doesn't it?
Well, oh yes, oh, that's true. I didn't even think of that. Yes.
Yes.
So casting a spell will make you visible. But and even if you had greater invisibility, though, which wouldn't, casting a spell with a verbal component requires you to speak in a clear voice.
Right. Yep. All
So
right.
there would be the random, like, you're invisible, and then incantatio. The fuck was that?
All right. Let's see what I have. I don't have much. I don't know much, but I know I love you. That's my Aaron Neville impression, by the way. Yeah. So, all right. I don't have a lot of stuff with me. So what I'm gonna do is,
Just start throwing books.
it's either
Interesting. How does throwing something while invisible work? So, like, say you like
goes visible.
it just appears. Yeah. It's
right. So if you make an attack, that makes you visible. But if you're just like throwing a book like across a room, like you just like all of a sudden just like a book appears.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna throw a book, but I am gonna throw a silver piece.
I don't want to throw a wrench in the works, but I don't know how it works in 5th edition, but in previous editions, if you do any action like that, it makes you visible.
Well, I'm not making
So
an attack.
in 5th edition, I know like making it. Well, let's see. Let's pull up invisible. You want to
I've got it.
cast
Yeah, I've got it here.
or-
I don't mean to
see
be a
if-
pain in the ass, I'm sorry.
No, well, so I think it's attack or casting a spell, and technically, I think like mechanically throwing a silver piece probably counts as an attack, but I'm not gonna.
But I'm not
do
I'm not throwing it at
that.
somebody.
Right. I'm not gonna like. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna.
It
do
just
that.
says. I mean, that's an action, not an attack.
Right.
Like the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
Okay.
Right.
Like if I'm, yeah, I mean,
Like-
unless you know,
No.
unless you're gonna say I'm attacking the floor with my,
Right.
Unless
Because
they're
I,
like beaming one with a coin.
Right.
I only
Yeah.
asked because I'm not super familiar with 5th edition and previous editions. It was like you open a door, you become visible, you know? So that's
Yeah,
what's
that's a good point.
Yep.
All right, so I am going to throw a silver piece over here.
Ping that again.
Like down below these doors over here, like up against this wall.
All right. Give me, even though it's not an attack, give me an attack roll. Just
Accuracy.
accuracy, yeah.
Yeah. 16.
All right. I hate advantage.
Yeah,
Nat 20s. Like when it's
Yeah,
just like
I know, it sucks. I
what
turned
could have been-
advantage off. I forgot to do it before.
oh no, Jake, look at that.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yep. So I just rolled an insight for the guy that the coin hits near to see whether he just would have thought it was
Shit.
like maybe he dropped it because it's landing pretty close to him. It hits with this ting on the stone floor, and he looks and immediately sees a silver piece, and is 100% certain he didn't drop it. And looks at the other guards and he's like, "Oi, you fucks throwing silver at me?" And he picks it up. He's like, "I'm gonna keep it." And the guy's like, "I didn't throw silver at you." And because of this nat 20, instead of being like, "Oh, that's weird," he's like, "Wait, you didn't Seriously, not a joke. You didn't throw silver at me. Hey, you down there, did you throw silver at me? They're all like, no, I didn't throw silver. And he's like, something's up. This silver piece just came flying out of nowhere. If you didn't throw it, seriously, if you threw it, say something right now because it's not funny. And everybody's like, I didn't throw it.
All right.
Fucking natural 20. 19 and you would have been fine. I like 100% rolled that. Like, okay, I'll get a bad roll, and then we can be like, oh yeah, you drop a silver distraction. Nope, nat 20. I'm glad Jake's here too.
It's wrong. That's mean.
All right.
Never roll for a DM. Even if you are the DM, you get too many of those.
You know what? I should do mechanical, like online roll 20 rolls, because my in-person rolling dice rolls are fantastic, and the computer rolls absolutely hate me.
Yeah, mine are terrible.
But so meanwhile, Alistair, you are now in the middle of the stairs,
Middle of it all.
right between four guys.
Yep.
Like just you got northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest, just boom, boom,
Well,
boom.
also, and there's
on
also
the-
two guys up above here. There's there's 6 guys.
Yeah,
in
no,
the middle of.
it's worse than that. Yeah. So
Now, where are they? None of them have moved from their spots, though.
no. So right now there's just kind of this like tense thing. Keep looking up. There's like because they're looking around. The room is clear, and they're just like, there's got to be. Yeah, they're looking up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna sneak over a little closer, not quite to the top of the stairs, but
Sure.
Totally throw a coin at. Well, no, it'd be an attack. But if it wasn't an attack, you should throw a coin at one of them so that they start thinking that one of the guards is actually throwing coins.
yeah.
Just grab a
That's
fist
kind of what I was thinking. Where
make it rain.
I want to sort of, I don't want to throw it at him, but if this guy is looking up, I want to sort of like like roll one, like not roll, but like sort of toss it and like scrape it across the floor next to him.
Sure. All right. Now, just for the sake of argument, I would allow you, like, if you wanted to throw a coin at someone, like, and it's not going to damage them, like
Yeah,
as a
I mean, I just wanted to sort of like look like like toss it over where it looked like he dropped it.
Right. No, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
because I think you should do it. I'm just Josh brought it up, and that is like it's worth noting for future reference that is I'd allow that.
I mean, I am
A
vicious
coin, yes.
with a
Dagger,
silver piece. I got, I'm like Bullseye from Daredevil.
Sharp.
Now there's going to be a percentage roll, and so you throw a coin at somebody, and if I get like a 100, then you like blinded them and you become visible. With
Yeah, but at least one out of the
Yeah.
6 still can't see me. Yeah,
Why
so
did I throw the coin that was run over by the train? It's so sharp.
it's so sharp.
Why do you sharp my coin?
All right. So you're gonna roll one to which guard's foot?
This guy over here, or whoever's. If he's looking up, then yes.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god!
Rolled another natural 20.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17 too, which is another good one.
It went exactly where you wanted it to, but these guards are fucking sharp.
These really are the elite group here.
Oh my god!
Plus, I've just lost 2 silver
Roll
pieces
that
for no
figure.
fucking reason too.
I mean, this is what fate has decided for you guys. I'm sorry, but the other coin hits his foot, and he just he knows his fellow guards, and he knows they're not apt to fuck around on duty, and he just immediately calls to the guards outside to raise alert. Something is up.
All right.
We hear this inside, right?
Yep.
I just walk right to that watchtower, look for the weak point.
Yeah.
You wait for like an opportune moment at all, or
Like
you
while
just...
some are running towards the keep, so to fall right on him if possible.
Yep. Fucking cheese.
Oh, we're taking the keep on accident.
So is that 5% of 5%? Those are the odds of rolling 2 20s in a row?
It's something like that, yeah.
All right, so
The good news is we should be pretty good from here on out.
Right?
don't say it.
You know,
Otherwise, we
like
just
that
gotta
dice.
fly Jairus to Vegas right now.
Yeah, right. Holy shit.
All right.
All right, so
So yeah, so I mean, it's not like a all hands on deck, but it was just like, yeah, just it's a general like wake up the men in the barracks and well, some of the men. They're like kind of waking like you have this auxiliary force. So there's like
backups.
yeah, so say like 60 guys get to sleep right now. They'll wake up like 15.
To be
And it's like-
fair, I'm not a rogue.
Nothing wrong. That's like you. That was all.
This
just-
is, I mean, so
yeah.
far, like as far as I'm concerned, this is going about as well as it could be expected.
Right. All right. So, Adam, what are you doing now? Now they are more actively like, like kind of looking around, and you see people heading towards. Like so at this point, a couple people have come inside and are kind of searching the room and clearing out the other rooms, and you see probably 4, 5 more. Sorry, say it again.
So I said, I bet you wish you could come out the window now, huh?
No one's
yeah,
come
two
out.
people
No
come
one's
out
opened this
standing
door
outside
yet, though, right?
Say it again.
No one has opened this door yet.
The
main door.
The main door to the bedroom.
Not yet, no. So people start, coming out on the first floor, out of like the dining hall and just some of the interior rooms, and a couple of the surrounding rooms, and a couple people coming from outside. And after say 30 seconds pass, they're searching. Do you do anything?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you do?
All right, I've got 6 silver left. I take 3 in each hand.
Double down.
And but this time down the stairs,
Okay.
like over here and over here, on either side of the stairs, just throw.
Oh, Adam.
11 that time.
Okay. I mean, you're just kind of.
I'm just tossing. I'm not trying to hit anything in particular.
Right.
I just want them to go crashing down on either side of the, on the stairs, down below me.
There you go.
If you rolled another natural 20, man.
No. This is for the less
astute guards.
Yes, less disciplined guards who are searching the first floor now. And they're like, and they hit and like, it's a ghost. It's the ghost of the fuck who owned this place. And meanwhile, you hear the thud thud, and like the guard doesn't even do any like. So you got the 2 guards at the top of the stairs, and they're still looking around, but they haven't moved their post. And one of them just whack raps on the door. And a few seconds, 20, 30 seconds pass, and the door opens. And this has got to be Montauk. He just looks fucking amazing in a really scary way.
How nice are his clothes? I know he's wearing his pajamas, so I'm basing this on his pajamas.
Oh, he's not in pajamas. He is in like
battle attire.
Yeah. Yep. He is.
Well, I was gonna say he's like me and just sleeps naked. No, that's
no.
not.
He's got a breastplate on and grading on a curve of what you have seen from these other people. He is impeccably dressed.
Good to know.
You would say not quite as well as an officer of like the foreign army, but
he's up there.
But yeah, like you can the time and care put into his appearance.
All right, great.
But more importantly, with Montauk comes I could only describe it as a dire Rottweiler.
Ah, fuck.
Yep.
All right. So, where can you place them on the map?
Yes.
And do both doors open or just one?
Just the left one.
I'd like to believe that he would just toss both doors wide open. Just because he's, for the dramatic effect.
I'll give it to you, sure.
Thanks.
One. All right, so there's him. This is what I have handy. That's not actually what his dog looks like, but it's going to be the token for now.
Well, it's fucking huge. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's a fucking werewolf.
I said
That's a big bitch. See what I did there?
I got you. He's that big? There we go. That's much better. And he's just sitting on top of the guard there. Okay.
But his nose immediately starts going.
Yep. Yeah, it does. Now the doors open in or out?
The door's open in. Like,
it's a
pretty
bedroom,
much any
right?
door
Yeah.
you ever encounter is going to open in.
Right, yeah. Which, just making sure, because sometimes...
You never know.
Yeah.
Closets, the vault doors will open out, that sort of thing. But
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're using typical house rules here. Like actual house rules.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rules for a house in which
Building
you live.
code.
Yes. Yeah, they've gotten the proper COs and everything there.
Yeah. They
All
pulled
right.
all the necessary permits and. Yeah.
All right.
So this dog's smelling.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
One eye action before I roll his perception to see if he smells you.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna smell me because the only thing I can really do here is make a break for it for the 5 feet in between Doggo and his guard.
All right.
Toward this.
Come back to that in a second because Jake was making his way to smash the tower.
Yeah.
While
And,
one of the guards is running by, I would be like, "Hey, what's going on?" Like.
And they just kind of give you like come and find out. Like they heard the general like, come on. So
I'm gonna wait for a clustering of guards to get underneath the area where the tower is gonna fall. I'm just beating out those fucking stones with my maul. I can just roll there, can't I?
it's fast.
Oh God. I wish I rolled there.
So he's whacking. Switch there. It's not working.
So.
Now, when I look through the doors, do I see a chandelier?
You're not there yet.
Alright, so.
There you go. That's better.
Alright.
So he hauls back and swings as hard as he can, and then realizes it's not the right brick or the right stone.
No, I'm stone cutting. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then he does it and nothing happens. He's like, maybe he didn't hit it right. He does it again, and it's a solid hit, and it's just, and it dawns on him. He's like, he said the second stone up, and you can see like there's two of them, and they're just kind of like a little darker than the rest. And then you just haul back and swing and hit right in between both of them, and it crumbles and falls. Oh, pathetic. Jesus. So it gets 4 people. As it falls, it just lands on 4 people, and then one of the bouncing stones wings one more person. All in all, kind of disappointing. Like it a lot of people around, and it just kind of narrowly, like it fell slow enough where they're like, "Oh shit, falling tower."
Yeah, no. They just slowly walked one step to the side as it crashes down next to them.
It's because he hit it so hard twice before. They're like, "What's this fucking dwarf doing to that tower?"
We should probably step away from this thing because it might come down.
I picture Leorc like in the middle of asking that dude like what's going on, and then the tower comes down.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh.
But Adam, it is going to be fortuitous for you, possibly. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, you'll roll another natural 20 or something, and it'll be
Right. So make your move. Give me just so even though you're invisible, how do I want to do this? All right, so I'm going to have you roll stealth with advantage, but only the advantage applies to everyone else.
But the dog.
The first roll is what's going to apply to the dog.
Okay.
Because he's not relying on sight.
got it.
If you're you have inspiration if you need it, man.
I do.
That is ever so true.
Yeah.
Oh hey though, that ain't bad.
That is not bad.
19 and a 20. I'm gonna keep these. I'm gonna hold my inspiration because there's still a lot for me to do here.
All right. I'm just gonna pull up what an appropriate dog's perception would be.
Direwolf.
I'll go regular wolf. Actually, yeah, I'll go regular wolf.
The Rottweiler. He's not necessarily a hound.
Yeah. He's not like if this were a bloodhound.
He'd be shit. Like.
Okay.
Some of those things were bred out of this in favor of fighting skills.
All right, Jake. All right. Woo! Got the good rolls out of the way. So just as you move past the dog, there's like this second where he looks at you boom, from outside.
I'm not even looking at the dog, by the way, so I don't even notice that he looks in my direction. I'm just walking, like, look straight. There's nothing here. There's nothing there. You can do this.
Believe you can make it. And yeah, just that, boom, and you're in the room.
So 5,
Against
10,
all
15,
odds.
20, 25. I'm going to be, this is as far as I can. Actually, no, I guess I can go 60 because that's my movement, right?
Sure, yeah. Well, yeah, you're taking your action to move as well, yeah.
So I'm here then. That's as far as I can get.
All right.
Let me just
So
5, 10,
you see the Montauk upon hearing the boom, kind of like steps in, grabs both doors, takes one last look to turn like his room is secure, and shuts the doors.
All right. Things are working out great so far.
I don't know about that.
Because I'm taking part in telling this story, but I had no idea it was going to go this way.
That's the fun of D&D.
That's my favorite part about this game. Even as the DM, you just have no fucking idea where anything is going to go. All right, so you're in. There's like you just go in and get to your vaulty business.
Could Liork started moving towards the dungeon?
Sure, absolutely.
Because shit's gone awry.
Yeah, do we want to cut to what's going on outside there?
I don't mean to interrupt. I just
Let's cut to what's going on outside. Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have just had him go. So if you guys want to do something, always pipe up and let me know.
Fucking hauling that tower now. I'm scared shitless.
Just like everybody saw you just like drop this tower. And so now there's probably a good dozen people, and they're kind of like, well, where do we go? And Montauk comes down the stairs at this point, just as you're
running.
Yeah, like he sees you disappear, and there's like this brief, and people fill him in, and he's like, you in the keep, you bring me that fucking dwarf. And Josh, through all the chaos, or Liork, through all the chaos, you can easily get to the dungeon.
This is the sneakiest my 8-foot-tall dude has ever been.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All he needed was just a complete clusterfuck in order to be sneaky. Yeah.
All you need is some magical silver coins and a 6-story tower to fall.
Yeah.
But all right, so we'll come back to you in 1 second. I'll do the vault, and then we'll come back and do the dungeon because I have a feeling that one's going to be more involved. All right, so Adam, you got your magical key.
Yep. So
So first, what do you do with the door, the handles on?
left up, right down, quickly switch.
All right. You open it, boom, there's this. It looks very similar to all the runes and the keyhole, just like the other one, just smaller.
Okay. Then magic key.
All right, give me an Arcana check.
6.
All right.
Which is not a lot.
It is not a lot. Have you ever played the game Mastermind, Adam?
No.
All right. So basically, the way this is going to work is you can feel the tumblers inside the lock, and you can tell there's 4 that you have to bypass.
Okay.
And there is one of 6 positions that you need to kind of work the key into. This is like a magical sort of thing, so it's through your mind, but that's essentially what it is, like mental tumblers. So what you do is, for the sake of these purposes, each position is going to have a number. All right, so you're just going to...
What? You broke up a little bit. Each what's going to have a number? Each tumbler?
Each...
tumbler, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So each one is going to have a number assigned to it. It's essentially a 4-number code. You're going to guess a code, and then I'm going to tell you... so say the code is 2244, and you guess 2333. I'm going to tell you have 1 number right in the right place. Okay. If you were to guess 3332, I'd say you have 1 number right in the wrong place. And you guess until you can figure it out.
First and it's 1 through 6?
1 through 6.
Okay.
Let me just... Sorry, a good DM would have had this code ahead of time.
Yeah. I mean, I know you said that you didn't expect this to happen, but you knew that we were going to the vault.
I've got so many kids, Adam. I get busy. All right. I got my code.
Okay.
You're going to want to write these down as you go, too.
Yep, 1346.
All right, Jake, I'm going to let you see this just because it's easier. Don't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cat in my hands anyway.
You have 2 numbers right, and both are in the wrong place.
4622.
You have 3 numbers right. 1 is in the right place.
4265.
Get the fuck out!
Alistair Grant, motherfuckers.
Did you see?
I cannot.
I wouldn't even be mad. That's some good shit. All right.
Jake was holding his hands up behind you.
All right. So the vault opens.
I do my best work under pressure, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
I do not. I bring down towers.
Yep.
For the record, in past games, Jake's characters have all been assigned the intelligence score of 6.
Yep.
Because he will randomly do crazy ass shit that is just not smart.
It's true.
That's accurate.
No matter what, like he could roll a 12, be like, oh, that's great. That 12 is now 6. This is the first campaign I've ever played with him where I let him have a normal intelligence score. We'll see how long. All right, so the vault opens, and before you there is a big, fancy-looking chest, and to the right, and that is like directly ahead of you. To the right, there is like a wooden crate, and you can see that there's 2 orb spell bomb looking things in it. There is a potion. There's actually 3 orbs in it.
Okay.
A potion, a kind of like a belt. You could either sling it like an ammo belt, Rambo style, or a traditional belt with 10 small, like throwing daggers.
I would put it on like a normal belt. I mean, what do I look like? And I will put it on.
Sure. So yeah.
How many
there
daggers?
is 10. And so yeah, 10 like throwing daggers.
Yep.
There are the 3 orbs.
Yep.
There is a potion
Yep.
and a scroll. Potion, scroll, 3 orbs, and the daggers. And then to the left, there are like some other odds and ends and trinkets. And you notice a wooden cube.
Wooden
Maybe-
cube, you say? Cube?
Cube. Like one of these little bad boys.
Like a little cube.
Cube.
Okay, yeah, you broke up a couple times. Every time you said cube, you broke up.
It was a very small Cuba Gooding Jr.
I know.
A small.
Oh, he's just yelling, "Show me the money." I'm like, "Come on, man, get a new gig."
And so what you find is a little pocket world, and it's called Cuba. That is a magician
Interesting.
reference.
You know what? Here's a little background about me. I am like a 1/16. Nope, 1/8. I don't know. I can't do the math, but I'm part Cuban, just enough for the spice.
It had to come from somewhere. Yeah, it's like maybe 12, 16-inch by 16-inch by 16-inch cube, wooden cube.
Okay.
There's some writing scribed on the top of it, but it seems to be either another language or gibberish or whatever.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And that's like sure. And then there's some baubles, half a dozen other little trinkets and odds and ends.
No money.
So there's the big chest. That's like those. So that's their like big chest in front of you. The other stuff for just like the nails.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try to just. What can I? If I just grab some handfuls of coins, what do you think I could grab?
I mean, it's just,
You're breaking up. What was that?
Oh, sorry.
I'm too close to you.
Oh, I didn't even know that was.
Sorry. Say that again.
I said if I were to grab a handful of coins, how many could I grab? A couple of handfuls? What do you think?
Say probably a couple of handfuls would be like 25 gold.
Let's do 3.
I mean, what do you like? Gold coin? I feel like a handful is probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 or 15.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll say, what about even 30?
Sure, that's fine.
So I don't want to take all day, and I only have one money pouch.
Right.
But I did lose 8 silver, so I had to make up something here.
It's a solid investment.
Yeah, it was worth it. It's the D&D version of the stock market.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
then
not been my experience with the stock market.
No, me either. All right, so yeah, I guess that's as long as there's nothing else cool to take.
Yeah, I mean that's what's in there.
Yeah. Now the door.
I'm sorry, the 3 spell bombs and poison daggers and potions and spells. Good, not enough for you.
I mean, it's a good start. All right, so do we want to cut to somebody else at this point, or do we want to?
Yes.
Okay.
That was I actually meant to do that earlier. And thank you. Got to bring.
Josh.
Josh.
I'm producing here behind the scenes.
That's fantastic.
Or sometimes in front of the scene as we're doing. Yeah.
You just got promoted to executive producer.
Oh, thank you very much.
Put that in the credits.
I will. Since I'm the only one who can control what the credits say. I'm the only one with the file.
Make yourself the super executive producer, then go nuts. All right, Josh, you've reached the dungeon door. Or like the door to the building that leads to the dungeon.
Is there any guards or anything outside of it?
Nope.
Lyric just walks. He walks right up and tries the door.
Yeah, it's unlocked.
He walks right down in.
Well, so as soon as you walk in, there is a guard stationed there. And he doesn't even ask, but like obviously it's like there's a general like, hello.
Hello.
This is me you're looking for.
Explain yourself.
New York just kind of grunts, walks.
No, yeah, he'll stop you. What's your business here?
Tower fell down. There's a general alarm.
And what's your business here?
Checking the prisoners.
Why? On whose
There's a
authority?
general alarm. The tower fell down. We might be under attack. We're making sure the prisoners are sound.
The prisoners are underground. They're not under your authority. They're under my authority.
Oh, you gotta pull rank, huh, motherfucker?
Kick him in the nuts.
The old standby.
Yeah. Yeah.
I picture like Leork letting out this long sigh and turning and shutting the door.
That's exactly
It's gonna
what
be
I
this
was
way,
thinking.
huh?
He just kind of sighs, shuts the door, and then just fist to the face.
All right. Give me an attack.
Where am I? Hold on a minute, sorry. I accidentally reloaded roll 20, so my character sheet disappeared.
Roll 20. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we would love to have you.
Teach us how to roll 20.
So roll 20 got like hacked. You guys hear about the whole big roll 20 hack? All my shit's on the dark web now.
What?
Oh, man.
Yeah, so like
Roll 20 is a fine site, and if they want to sponsor us,
Yeah. Hacked or no hacked,
hey,
we'll take
if
whatever
they
money they
sponsor
want to
us,
give
I'm
us.
not
In
telling
fact,
any stories.
I feel like it's reparations at this point.
you know
Hey,
what?
this is nothing compared to how we treat our sponsors on R2BK.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I'm
Roll
walking.
20, if
I-
you'd like to be a sponsor, I'll stop spreading your bad press. I would never do that to a
It's too late for
sponsor.
me to change my mind about the punch and do something slightly different.
That's fine, yeah.
Jake already dropped Bjorn already dropped the tower.
Yep.
I think subtlety and lack of casualties is not really a thing anymore. So I'm always walking like carrying that sword kind of. I just
Sure.
draw it and
Sure.
leave him.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not at this point? 18.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a minute here. That was not.
So just click on the great sword.
He's just going to keep hitting them.
Oh, 12.
Oh no, I did. Why
There it goes again.
There it is.
Why
All
is
right,
it doing
16,
that?
that's
I'm
better.
clicking on the damage dice and it keeps doing that. So
That's weird.
sorry.
Okay.
Roll
Are you fine?
20.
All right.
I
What
mean,
the
come
fuck?
on. We'll still take you as a sponsor, but between the hacks and all these fucking extraneous rolls,
Right? Damn, that's some solid damage.
we still love you.
There. I can actually re-roll that too. So hold on a minute.
Yeah.
No, you had a 16. You're
That
6.
wasn't the damage.
Oh,
No,
that's
that
an
wasn't
attack.
the damage. The 12 was the damage.
I'll take it if you want to let me roll a d20 for damage.
That's one hell of a sword you got there.
I'm like, oh, 16 is a lot of fucking damage.
Yeah.
Holy.
It's actually not outrageous considering
All right,
numbers.
13 is still
Yeah,
pretty
so
good.
you know, 13.
13 damage.
So that's, but that 12 is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like that 13 is.
Mhm.
All right, so one sec, real quick here. Figure out how many hit points this boy's got.
Now, what you don't know is that the jailer, it's his last day before retirement.
It's okay. His children are grown then. They can fend for themselves.
All right, so we need our own version of how do you want to do this? Yeah, how do you wanna do this?
What will you do in this scenario? No.
Yeah.
So
Finish
I,
him!
How do you kill him?
That's it. Finish him.
Finish him. There you go. That's
I think actually we're more in danger of being sued for that than.
Yeah, right. Matthew Mercer's not going to.
Yeah, nobody from Mortal Kombat's watching this.
Right his head like
I guess I draw the sword, and I actually just, as I draw the sword, instead of taking like a normal grip, I just bring it up and I just plunge it through his chest.
Oh,
Excellent.
ooh, eesh.
Ouch.
Yep. Hey, like he just tries to stand up out of his seat, and just as he gets like barely to his feet. His weight still like in the transitional, and it just right through the heart, back down into the seat, and just boom, just kind of slumps right in his chair there.
I draw the sword back out and just wipe it across his chest, and then sheath it. And then, does he have keys on him?
He does.
I take them and I keep walking.
All right.
It's on the keychain it says Pussy Wagon, and
Oh. Yeah, how messed up was that the first time you saw that movie?
it was it was a great movie, but the whole movie was fucked up. But it was a great movie.
Quentin Tarantino, man. None better in my
If you'd
eyes.
like to be a sponsor.
If Quentin Tarantino sponsored us for $1 fucking, it'd be the greatest thing that ever
that'd be
happened
cool.
in my life. But then I'd be vaguely aware that maybe he listened to some of this, and I'd be so self-conscious.
Now imagine Quentin Tarantino just like guest DMing one episode.
Holy
Man.
man! I bet you like Quentin Tarantino can probably DM the shit out of some D&D.
Yeah. He
I'm
could-
gonna throw it out. Our dialogues are kind of rambling messes sometimes. They would get horrible.
He would fix them.
yeah.
He'd gently guide us, and we'd be writing Oscar-worthy stuff.
That or he'd hate all of us.
Quentin Tarantino doesn't hate anybody.
He loves
Can't
that
make
everybody.
Full art, and you're full of hate.
Anyway, what happened?
All right, so yeah, down the dungeon you go.
And that was my fault for getting us off track too, by the way. So it was my fault for getting us off track, so I got us back on. That's only fair. It's only fair.
Is that
So what do we got in the dungeon? What are we seeing in?
I know, right? I'm gonna do this.
What's
All right, so
that?
sorry, you head down the dungeon. As soon as you get down there, there is 2 more guards who immediately like draw their swords and are not attacking you, but want explanation. Like you don't belong here.
The tower fell down. There's a general alarm, and the guard out back behind me is dead. None of that is a
All
lie.
true.
I
All
know.
true. All
I know.
true.
So that is great. So give me a persuasion check as opposed to a deception check. And
I'm
I'm
not
going to
going
give.
to persuade them anything. I'm just telling them the facts. They can react to what.
I suppose
That's how New York sees it. That's how I
It
see it.
is. It is
That's fair. I
fair. That's
guess
a
you're
fair.
not
It's a
teaching
fair assessment.
He's just like, this is
All right.
what
So
happened.
what do you say again?
Said a tower fell down. There's a general alarm, and the guard behind me is dead.
Why is the how is the guard behind you dead?
Work your way out of this one. Truth guy.
That's going to become a family thing.
He gets that close and then just sighs and draws his sword.
Yeah, I know. It would be
All right.
so much better if he goes to say something and stops, puts his head down, and says, "I did it," and then attacks.
That's true. He just like sighs, like as he draws his sword, like I killed him.
All right, this one is going to need initiative rolls because they're ready.
Right, I'll be
Can
right
I
back.
get an intimidate with the I killed
Oh,
him?
come on. Why not? At least a roll. At least a roll with advantage.
Not with advantage. but a roll.
I'm all right. I got a little
I
carried
think
away.
they would have to see me kill him with one blow. But that's what I say. I killed him with one blow.
Much more scared. You're still
I just
covered in
need
his
2
blood.
more because there's only 2 of you assholes.
Exactly.
I'll be right back.
And I'm so intimidating too. Shit. All right. I don't actually have advantage, right?
No, just a straight roll.
All right. Wish me luck. Here we go. Yay!
You're about as intimidating as kittens and band-aids.
Yeah, they're not buying it. All right, so roll your initiative. Third tab.
Josh has 17, by the way.
Oh, okay,
I
so
got,
you get to go first.
do I have to put up the tracker? How do I do that? Or...
No, don't worry about that. 'Cause, like when it's a full team combat, for just this, I can just run it out of my head.
Bear with me 1 second. I just wanna. I'm gonna what do they look like? How are they armed?
So you see that there's essentially 2 tiers of there's your general guards, and then there are your higher end guards. Like your more well trained guards. These are regular guards. So they have medium armor.
Individually, they both have swords or axes, or one slightly different.
So they're medium armor, like a chain shirt type deal. One of them has a short sword and a shield, and the other has a battle axe.
Which can I tell, just for roleplay's sake, which one seems to be moving at me first?
So the one with the shield is closer to you. They're both kind of held their ground, but the one with the shield is closer.
Then I just how far away?
Well, they're say 10 and 15 feet away.
Okay, then I'd already drawn my sword, so I just kind of hold it in a guard position and taking 2 quick steps, and with the closing of the second step, I swipe down at the one with the shield.
Excellent.
22.
That'll hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, 12 damage.
All right, that'll kill.
By the way, I think it's great that earlier today, Jairus warned us against a TPK. There's only 3 of us today, and we've decided to split the group 3 different ways. And individually cause our own kind of mayhem.
And somehow it's working out okay. I can't fucking believe it. The rolls have been with you when you needed them. All right, so right. Yeah, well, Jake's coming up, and Jake is in the most trouble.
I'm notorious for being the worst spot.
All right, so are you done, Josh?
I'm waiting. Did that kill him?
Yeah, he's dead.
Then with that swipe, and then I just cut through,
Nice.
and then kind of finish my step moving towards the guard with the battle axe. Let's see. I'm trying to decide. If I used my action surge, would I get that second attack on him?
Yep. Action surge is basically a whole other turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then what the hell? I'm going to use my action surge, and I'm just with that reverse swing, I'm coming right at the dude with the battle axe.
So it's just down through one guy, up through another?
Yeah. It's with each swing is a step, so that it's just...
Awesome.
20, a natural. That's a crit.
Oh, he's dead.
How do I don't know how crits work in this.
You just double the dice, right? I think it should do. Yeah, it adds it up for you. It rolls 2 dice for you.
Well, my damage dice are. What's that?
Finish him.
Okay. Then just the reverse stroke, just whereas before with the first guy, I cleave in through the collarbone and just kind of. It doesn't bisect him, but damn close.
Yep.
And then with the reverse stroke, I come for his friend and enter in just below the rib cage and kind of cut under the sternum and up the outside and leave him squealing.
It does so with such force that it's not a simple you cut through him and then it falls. The top half of his body is sent just hurtling through the air and lands 7-8 feet away on the floor, right in front of a pen or a cage, a cell. And there's just you look up now and see several dozens, maybe of just like skinny, malnourished, excited, hopeful-looking people just staring out at you. And
That's
there's
fine.
this
It's
like,
like hamburger. That's so and like I just with that motion I flick the sword down, kind of like flick the blood from it, sheath it again, and then just casually reach for the keys and start opening this house.
so as you're doing that, there's this kind of like in slow motion, the torso flies and lands, and you're just seeping blood out into the dirt, and you see this like pause where they look at that and they look at you and they kind of just survey the whole thing, and then there just erupts into cheers, and just a general roar of applause.
He just unlocks the cell,
Yep.
and he starts unlocking the cells, and he's just like, "Follow me. There's an armory."
Yeah, that yep.
Come with me if you want to live.
All right, and then I guess Jake's running away.
All right, Jake.
Shit balls.
Yep.
So
There you go.
Jake somehow, as we split, I just want to throw this out there. We split the party. We're causing mayhem at risk of a total TP. Okay. I just killed 3 dudes without them even being able to attack.
You did.
You
That you
fucking
did.
flawless
Adam,
past-
meanwhile, somehow walks
Yeah.
past dog. And you know Adam's wearing like cologne and shit.
I've got a bottle of perfume, by the way, that I was going to throw if need be, but I'm glad I didn't have to.
I was gonna say he smells vaguely of lavender and warm vomit.
You know what? That's honestly probably, aside from the tower falling, what saved you is you smell so different than any other person that this dog has ever encountered. That he's like, what the fuck is this
What
flower?
was that? It's not a human. These guys don't smell like this.
Right? Oh wait, it just got stronger. Where is it? Oh, boom! Big time. And then, how the fuck did you come up with 4265? I'm super.
Yeah.
I know.
But now
I
let's
mean, there
get
are only
it.
so many options.
There were a lot of options.
Okay.
I assume the
All right.
chase.
I mean, I took a gamble on the.
How many?
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know how many
Yeah, no,
options are.
it was great. All right, yeah. So the thing about dwarves is they're not
fast.
They're not fast. His movement it's only 25 feet, and he's just kind of
He's carrying a sack of books.
All right, so give me an athletics or an acrobatics check, your choice.
I'm gonna do athletics. I know that already.
So someone is trying to grab you from behind.
Why am I going down? Hot damn.
All right, yeah. So you feel this hand just try to grab onto like like the collar of your armor, and you just easily brush it off. You can feel like
Just everyone's chasing me.
multiple hands like trying to grasp you, and there's a bunch of people like right on your tail. Give me an investigation check. It's gonna be simple, super low DC, just to make sure you can find the handle. Oh shit! That's
It wasn't
natural
that low,
one.
I imagine.
That's a natural one.
I knew it was coming.
Oh my god.
So I can't find the handle.
No, you cannot.
Can
All right, so
I just swing my maul at it, take the whole fucking thing?
not on this turn because
Yeah.
you tried to find the
Yeah.
handle. So now you give me. Well, let's see. Yeah, give me 2 more athletics checks.
That's
There
what's
you go.
Nice.
It's all or nothing with you, huh?
Right?
All right, so that's what's your AC?
My AC would be 15.
All right, so 2 more people try to grab you, and you're able to muscle them off. But then you are like they're just
They're attacking.
attacks come and
Yeah.
there's just people all around you, and
This is gonna go bad.
you take 11 points of damage.
All right.
As you are, so like a mace comes down and you're able to absorb most of it with your arm.
Yeah.
And but then as you lift your arm up and expose your side, you get stabbed.
That spear or some shit.
Yep.
No, beyond.
All right. So you're pinned against this building now.
I'm just gonna fly into a rage and hit all the supports to the side at this point. Just take them all. with my
Okay.
ball.
There it is. All right. So now you're raging, and give me an attack.
All right.
Let's see the damage.
Why am I rolling so goddamn low?
Oh, there you go. Well,
Cool.
that was the
Yeah.
one that mattered, was the
Yeah.
damage roll. You're trying to hit a sign. It's not that hard.
exactly.
But you did do enough. You take out the supports. Give me a dex check, or dex save, rather.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a trap. You have advantage
I
on
do.
dex
yeah.
saves from traps.
That's lucky.
How the fuck is this? I've played twice in 2 sessions. I've been reading that ability. I was like, he'll probably use that once or twice.
Does it matter that he knows what's happening too?
Advantage 14.
Say it again, Josh.
Does it matter that he knows what's coming?
It's basically like even if he knows, you just swing a big hammer, and now is he agile enough to duck out of the way before that sign?
No,
sign's
I
down?
want to live.
All right, 14 is good enough. Which means you take half damage.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, dodging out of the I'm gonna go with a half damage thing.
Oh, boy.
But he's
All right,
also
so we gotta-
raging, so it's half damage of the half damage. So
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, with like a resistance.
Yeah. All right, we'll get to damage in just a second.
I love playing barbarians.
Yeah.
Right.
They're so much fun.
I did it once for 2 sessions.
It's
and
so
it was-
much fun,
I
isn't it?
fucked up so much shit.
It's
It was
great.
just so brutal.
Yeah, I was always like, I always played like rogues and bards, and then I just played a barbarian, and now I can't play enough barbarians.
My problem is I started with a barbarian.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go after that. You're right. Ooh.
Oh God.
This is not damage. This is
I was gonna say
for
4d20.
groups
My
of,
goodness.
this is for the groups. I'm doing the group saves. So first
I was gonna say,
pair
like,
of
we're level
people fail,
3.
second pair succeed, and then the last 2 fail. So this sign comes down. We'll do it right here. Woo!
I'll take a half of that.
You're taking a
Oh,
quarter.
Quarter of that.
Those, half is 13, and then half is 6.
Okay.
You round down,
More-
right?
Yeah, you round down.
So everybody else dies, and you go flying. So
How is this working out so well?
You try to dive out of the way, and it ends up clipping one of your
And then
legs,
just fucking tussle out.
and you just like get launched, spinning into the air. But when you look back up, everybody else is just thumped.
I want to picture Jake's flying body, or Bjorn's flying body, Mike's actually killing someone else.
But you get up, and there are just more coming.
What's behind me? Is there a tower? Anything?
Let's see, where are we? You're by the infirmary.
Yeah.
Let's switch maps real quick.
This has turned into unbridled chaos.
I can't believe it. You guys are doing this well.
It is actually going pretty.
It's
fucking
getting,
well.
yeah. I'm
Well,
just.
not going to that infirmary trap, Jake. That was clever, and I thought you were fucked. I was really like, I wonder how Jake's gonna get out of this. Like, oh well, he probably won't think of anything.
I don't know.
I mean,
The tables have turned.
like like 6.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I can't move your token.
All right, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Bjorn's actually not far from the dungeon.
Yeah.
That's true.
he's
I
not-
just went flying, so I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna actually land.
That's true.
But he doesn't know that
It's
you
not-
went there either.
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
no. We were near each other. Like, I was right here. He was right here. He went to the tower. Well, maybe he would have seen me walking. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, he was
yeah, he had his own shit to worry about.
That's the wall.
The thing is, I'm gonna go back to this fucking temple and no one's gonna be there.
Radek and
Jake, I'm gonna throw
Whatever
out
Will's
that
guy's name is, yeah, Radek is Will, right? Radek,
Yeah,
what's
Jake.
the other guy? Berkner.
Jake, I'm gonna throw out there. You're near one of the huts with a tunnel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Hey, no metagaming.
Let's see where. I thought of the wall first. Is there an entrance to the wall?
No. So, it's like...
Okay.
Oh, wait, we're on the inside. Yes. So there is a set of stairs right over here.
That's too far.
And then there would be one over here as well.
That's far too. Where's the least people coming at me from?
They're all coming from, like, the general...
They'd have to get past the fallen tower to go that way, so I bet you they're probably coming through the central area.
Yeah, the Fallen Tower is still, like... It's rubble to climb over, but if
Yeah.
it's a matter of, like, running over that or going around, it's a bit of both.
Oh.
So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's just general from...
I'm getting a mob from the southeast.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Alright. So I'm gonna just run west towards the western stuff to try and just haul ass. Like to get to the wall area, get on top of the wall.
Okay.
Choke point them.
Okay. All right, so Jake is on top. He's making his way to the wall. We're gonna cut over to Adam. Adam, what you up to there?
All right.
Chiefy?
Well, I got what I came for, except now, what's his name? Montauk.
Yep.
How, like, size wise, like, what is his body type in relation to mine?
Big fucking guy.
So Montauk is he is a human. He is big for a human. He's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 6'2", 6'3", like a strong 220 pounds.
All right, so his clothes are going to be a little big. That being said, I'm going to run into the main room and open up the wardrobe because we can. It's easier to tailor this down than it is to make it bigger. So this will work.
It's playing out like some weird ass movie.
You guys do not disappoint.
We might all die, but we're having a good time.
Yeah, this is the way to go.
Yeah.
You take about like 50 North Erglians with you and some blaze of antic-filled glory.
Yeah, like, how many were taken out by the tower?
Like 5.
Less than the size.
Yeah,
Yeah,
less than half of the size.
Yeah.
It was like 4 or 5. It wasn't that many.
So we've actually taken out 12 of them total so far. That's a substantial fortune. That's like over 10%.
And
Yep.
I haven't even drawn my sword.
That's when shit's gonna get real serious.
Technically, now if we go back to canon, now that's a little different. But if we look back at the actual games played, the only time I ever hit anybody was to stab a guy through the face and kill him.
That's true.
Only time I've ever used my sword.
Really brutal way to kill someone.
And
too.
and as far as that little encounter went, that wasn't bad. So you've got like the fire monster sorcerer, a wizard, a
Fighter.
Fighter.
druid,
Druid.
and a fighter. And arguably, he seems like the least apt for combat. But he ended up on his own and stood toe to toe with that guard and 2 other people and came out on top.
Fucked him
Stabbed
up.
that guy right in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Puked his guts out afterwards.
Yeah.
Didn't you throw up on him?
I threw up on him. Yep. Immediately after killing him.
Stabbed the guy in the face. This is the first person he killed, and he just puked on him. I fucking love this game.
He had the same reaction that I had to a floating
Right, I was
disc.
gonna say, but
Yeah.
so little patience.
There's a little bit of a difference between stabbing a man through the face and flying on a floating disc.
Not to Jake, it would be to
It'd be the
Bjorn, it'd be the
exact
opposite. Be happy when you stab someone through the face. Glory.
Yeah, so
Oh,
anyway,
by the
I
way-
want to just grab a nice set of clothes out of the wardrobe,
Yeah, you got this.
shove it in my back, and then my backpack rather, and then go to the window.
Sure.
I want to look out because I've heard some shit
It
outside.
is a nice view. It really is. You got
the
some
windows on the
rolling
back.
hills.
Yeah.
So now, where is the window in on this building?
It's like, it would be like right here.
All right. Well, I'm going to use this one right here. So, there are no windows. So there are windows, but they're
In the
they're
bedroom. There was a window in the bedroom.
Yeah, there's actually 2 windows in the bedroom, but neither one are big enough to climb out of. Which, if you think about it, you don't want your windows to be able to be climbed in. You die that way.
Yeah. And arrows get in if you're attacked.
Yeah, well, so window it is big enough for that. It's basically a 36 by 8-inch window.
Okay. So looks like a color window, but smaller than that.
Yeah.
A small.
Yeah, well,
size.
36 inches high, 8 inches wide.
Oh, okay. I got that reversed. Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm more than that.
Yeah.
You have to be like an emaciated halfling to fit.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
your ears off.
Fuck. All right. Well, I'm gonna run to the door and listen at the door, see if they're still at the door.
They are.
I mean, you're losing your fort, you fuck. I mean, go out there.
You're losing your fort. Yeah.
Fucks, plural.
Yeah.
Just
Why don't you
be
just
patient
kill
up.
them both
You
before
got
they can
this.
do anything? Like a real man. Yeah, Jake is killed. We got Bjorn's killed 16 or 17 by now. Josh cut 3 down before anybody could do anything. You did get through that vault like a champ. I mean, you're playing-
I mean,
Give
yeah.
me-
We all have our strengths.
No, you did great.
And look, I am ready. I mean, I'm ready to blow this shit the fuck up. I have got all sorts.
I picture you with the 2 bombs in each hand, just
Yeah,
waiting.
I'm ready.
Come on.
That being said, I mean, let's not put the cart before the horse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just wait by the doors. And by the way, when I said I want a nice outfit, I'm talking about a seriously nice outfit.
There are
The
no
nicest.
serious.
The nicest montage.
So this guy, his clothes are not fine. It's not like it's of a good quality. It's just well put together. That makes
It's
sense.
better
It's
than
like if
what
you
I'm
went to a
wearing right
thrift shop.
now.
You're not in your. You're in your shitty clothes you got. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better than what you got right
Yeah,
now.
so I'll take what I can find then. Yeah. Oh, and I also, you know what? While we're waiting, I'm just going to put them on. So I smell, at least the shirt. The pants are going to be a little too big. But I'm going to put the
Sure.
shirt on over what I'm wearing. So now I smell more like Montauk.
I'll give you that. That's not bad.
And then
Okay.
I'm going to wait until someone's either not at the door or they open the door. Now I'm going to, where do I wait?
Here, I'll switch back to the keep.
Yeah, I'm gonna. right, so that's the second floor down here. For our viewers, I don't know what happened. Oh, I'm over here. Well, what's in the latrine? No, there's no windows there either, huh?
No, just shitters.
No, I'm not going down the shitter.
You don't want to pull a three toes?
No,
It worked well for him.
he got stuck there.
He did.
That's the worst.
All right, so I'm gonna just wait. No, I'm gonna wait over here. So if once the door opens, I'm gonna make a run for it, or I'm gonna blast them all to hell. One of the two.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna take another step back in case I need to blast them to hell.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Blown hell.
Yeah, that would be good. All right, so we're gonna cut back to Jake.
Alright, so how many are currently about to catch me? Because they're faster.
So when you get up and start running, there's some approaching from the east, and it's more you can hear commotion coming towards you. So when you first take off running, you seem okay, but you just are running in water.
Yeah.
And when you come out of we'll get back to the right map. So you come out of this initial mess of buildings right here, and there's just you can see a whole bunch of people coming out right here and from just kind of converging in on you. So same thing, you go past the dungeon thing, and when you get to the stairs,
There's gonna be people at the stairs.
we'll just do it this way. Oh man. Oh.
What did you roll?
4 attacks. They're just arrows, just thum, 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 thum. And I really didn't think all 4 would hit.
Oh wow, I see him down there. Sorry, I was trying to adjust the map.
Ooh,
I have
actually,
to sign though.
16, 18, 14, 19, huh? He's still raging?
no, actually, I forgot the whole. If you don't attack, it's 1 round. You go 1 round
But I
without
attacked the
attacking,
sign,
right?
didn't I?
I know, but then you ran.
Yeah, he fucked that sign up.
Yeah.
Attack the ground as you run. Just rage. Smash it.
Oh, that is a tough thing. Yeah, that's. Well, you're not supposed to retreat while raging,
Yeah.
tactical or not.
Yeah.
Well, let me see how far this is.
How
Gonna
often
be.
can you hear you?
Well, it's on par with what's going on. Would I have recovered my rage that I used in the dungeon before, or would I not have? I don't remember if it's long rest or not.
I think rages are long rest.
Yeah, I'll check.
They are, yeah.
Yep, they are. Bitch.
So how many rages do you have, though? Don't you have 2?
2,
I
yeah.
have 3.
All right. You didn't use all 3
Let me
of
see.
them.
Let me double check. Yeah, I have 3. So I have 1 more. Because we're third level.
Yeah, 3 at third.
Yeah.
I don't believe
2,
you.
2, 3.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
thank
great.
God for that.
Yeah.
Who grabbed that other healing potion out of curiosity?
I took 1.
I thought you took both, to be honest. Otherwise, I would have taken
I'll
it.
write down 2. but I said I only took 1, so.
Oh, my bad.
Did we?
Then,
So I think Bjorn took the other.
6.
Yeah,
1.
there you go. Leork wouldn't have reached for it.
Yeah, I can't imagine Leork would have reached for 1. It's got to be Bjorn.
Okay.
I maybe even grabbed it and just tossed it to Bjorn because we're close
That'd be
personal
funny.
friends. I mean, to be fair, out of the rest of you, he's the only one. Even though he puked on him, is the only one he Alistair kind of likes.
That is entirely reasonable.
The rest of you guys are a little too goody two shoes for me.
Are longbows D8s?
Yes, they are.
Oh, boy.
So these guys are using short bows, is what you're saying.
You know what? I'm going to give him half and half. We'll go 2d6 plus 2. Or
What's
plus
your
4.
AC, Jake?
15.
Ooh.
So,
There was just ridiculous rolls. 16, 18, 14, 19. What the fuck?
one would have missed.
No, they have
Ah, yeah,
modifiers.
true.
No, they don't. This is the first, they've never even picked up above before. Those three got lucky.
So
And the
that's
fourth one
11.
got lucky. He was as close as he was.
Jake, does he get to rage again before when he sees them, or is he getting shot from the wall?
No,
It's
yeah,
his
no, this
turn.
is just.
Live, Bjorn! Oh, that ain't bad.
Not as bad.
All right,
That's
so
not terrible.
21 points of damage.
That's really bad.
Whoa!
Woo!
I'm hurt. I'm really hurt.
You're super hurt.
Are you still up?
Still up?
Yeah.
Wait, that's 21? Or is it 6 and 7, or is that?
And you add 2 to each attack, so it's 11
okay.
and 10.
Okay.
So it's each one is 1d6 plus 2.
Okay.
Wait, 2 to each attack. I thought there was only 4 attacks.
There are. So it's trust me, I know. I know the
no,
numbers.
you're right. Yeah,
Just-
I mistook. I don't know why, but I thought 7 was like I misunderstood.
7 is the roll.
Yeah.
So.
That's
Okay.
my bad.
So yeah, you just thump right as you get to the stairs, and you turn back, and just as you are you're staring down 15 people. There are people knocking arrows and more just running towards you, and then out comes the orc from the fucking dungeon.
As I come out, I actually grab the torso of the guy I bisected.
Okay.
And as I open the door, since I hear this chaos, right?
Yeah.
As I
You're
step
gonna-
out, I just throw the body of the guard out in front of whoever's in the way, and just come out with my sword up and ready.
All right. And it is also worth noting, how does Bjorn look when he turns around on the verge of death?
Screaming, roaring, but smiling all at the same time. Couldn't be happier.
Couldn't be happier.
This is
So
where
fun
Alistair
fact
does
about
not
the-
understand Bjorn.
This is just for the viewers at home. The dwarven culture, while being big on Valhalla, and when you die, you get to go to heaven where you fight all the time as long as you die a glorious death. More so than that, what the dwarves pursue is a Latin word that I've written down somewhere, but we'll give you the name of it next session. I apologize. But what the word refers to is a state of living on the absolute verge of death. So when you see a dwarf in battle that looks like a breath could blow them over, that is the happiest they will ever be. It is just in battle where you could die any second just cutting people down. And so
That's me now.
Leoric comes out, there's the general chaos, you've got the torso. What do?
I just fling the torso towards the group as I'm and then draw my sword and I just kind of bellow too and just roar and I lead the prisoner.
You toss the torso, you draw your sword, and then just a flood of skinny, half-naked, furious prisoners come out behind you.
And there's a group of men charging Bjorn, I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like the army.
I charge them.
All right, I just need 1 quick second. Jake, don't look. No spoilers.
What's he doing?
What is he doing?
He's not letting Jake look, so I imagine it's porn.
I would make Jake look if it was porn. Look at the screen or look at me.
Oh no.
All right, so yeah, you're good. So you guys just go, you and your 30 just unarmored, unclad, or
But I
yeah.
bellow out I don't know, something about It's largely incoherent as I charge in and just bellowing something about the truth and how they will be undone for their wickedness.
Excellent.
Can I try
So-
for an intimidation with that?
So you can, but making an intimidation check without like a feat is an action. So you would have to like forego.
Never mind. I'm just charging them.
Okay.
You're charging the army.
Yeah. It's
I'm
not the
just-
whole army.
Yeah. Look, I'm the only character to survive the first round of Ravanna.
I'm just saying.
I'm
Bjorn,
comfortable being the second.
Leork isn't going to leave Bjorn to die. That's all.
So as you charge in, and you got your weakling guys behind you, you see this like kind of like bloop, like little explosion of light, and everyone in the 20 or so people in the forces you're attacking are coated in this blue light. And then you hear from off to your left, and you see up on top of this house right here is Brother Raddick. And he's like, now I see you go get him, Leork. Now, you and everyone who attacks those people have advantage. They all failed their saving throws. I did one lump pass fail.
Okay.
That's okay. We're going to take our second break right here, and we'll come back in a couple minutes and get this battle underway.
Right.
This is chaos. This is just unbridled chaos.
Anarchy.
Oh,
Yeah, this is not how I saw this going, and I fucking love it.
And by the way, just for those watching, Josh wrote like a tome of like a plan of how we were going to do this.
If we could have just attacked, then it would have been great.
And this is what's happened since.
You know, I don't think there is anything you guys could have done that would have worked out better than this is right now. Every single it's just like even like, yes, but Jake, you're not dead,
Yes.
and you so should be. Every single move you made was unwittingly like exactly what you needed to do to survive. The sign saved you, and then happening to run towards these stairs that you had no idea Josh was there, and I know you weren't metagaming.
No.
That just happened to put the dungeon and 30 people in between you and the force. It's fantastic.
Oh, that turned into chaos quick.
Right? And I love that those arrows hit you. I was like, yeah, maybe one or two of these will hit. He's got a decent AC. Thump, 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 thump.
I'm gonna move us to break.
All right, so yeah, we'll come back.
We'll be right back. And we're back. Thanks for waiting around, ladies and or gentlemen. Now, what's going to happen here in Ravanna or Navarra, wherever we are in relationship to where we were?
We're in Hayfeld. The Hayfeld in the Eastern Sweep, which is a section of Ravanna.
Specifically,
All right, so
Specifically, Berkner's Fort. Actually, before we get into the big battle, I'm going to cut back to Adam because you can hear a general call to arms, and the guys abandon their post.
oh yeah. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, then I'll open the door.
All right.
And assuming nobody's there.
No, you can. I mean, they're like armored in boots. You can hear them just like moving
Yeah,
down the stairs.
okay.
And then like
Yeah.
a couple seconds pass, and you hear the guys who are like on the gallery. They come running around, and they're running downstairs, and
All right.
you wait like 6 seconds, and they'll be outside. And
All right. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm gonna go in and get another handful of coins. So let's say another 5 or 10. What do you say?
yeah, it's another 10 coin.
All right.
And with that, we're gonna go back to the other guys.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna head out back the way I came.
Sure. Holy moly! All right, so All right, yeah, we're gonna roll. I'm gonna give Josh his charge, and then we're gonna roll initiative.
As I was charging, I would probably yell like, you know, unarmed men, tend to the armory. Like,
Okay.
Like yell that, and then I just pull into them.
Excellent.
That's what they say. Yes. Yeah. I hit my foot. I was curious.
Just drop a million guards real quick. Should have done this on the break.
Well.
All right. Well, give me your attack.
I got a 17.
A spell bomb. Oh, you did.
That's a 17.
So you cleave through the first guy you run into, and I'll pull up the initiative tracker here in a second, and we get some initiatives.
What was that damage there? Was that you rolling for me, or?
Yeah. If I'm just to save time, so you don't have to do your
you.
modifiers. I'll just click it for you, and we'll get it fixed for next session, so it'll just automatically.
I can add the modifiers in when I roll. I have it copied and pasted. It's no big deal.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a comical amount of guards.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Between all the guards and the people, I might have to sort of half theater mind this because it's just going to get really ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I put them all in place. All right. Yeah, I'll pull up the initiative tracker.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not mixed in with this mess.
You know what? You kind of need to be because they're going to die. And you have all the bombs.
Real quick. We have the bombs.
All right, let me put myself on the map here.
It's all right. We're just gathering
I'm
up so
I'm
that
just back here.
Bombs, that's all.
Yeah. Well, I do need. The thing is, I only have so many books. You guys have most of the books, and I do have a mission.
It's really good that I could carry the most books because I would totally be left behind otherwise.
Yes.
I'm
not saying it still might not happen. I've got another invisibility in me. But I'm not going to leave you all to die.
Well, we
Yet. We'll see how this shit goes.
We can only expect so much bravery.
Yeah.
We killed Radek.
All right. There we go.
Oh, yeah, we should roll initiative, right?
Yeah. Why the hell aren't you on there?
You didn't click on your tokens, maybe?
Oh, that's what happened there.
But I did.
I don't know if does it work with the NPCs? I don't
Really?
know. I haven't DM'd enough, honestly, especially on Roll20. Although the only times I've DM'd have been on Roll20, so I take that back. But I don't remember.
So how do I just click on it, roll, and then put in my first roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I put in my second roll instead?
No. What the hell? All right, so I apologize. I'm gonna have to figure out the tracker thing.
Yeah, I think I've always had to manually enter them, but I don't remember exactly.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I just don't even know how to get them onto the tracker to like input a number.
There's something you can do like on the tracker or somewhere on there. I don't remember because I'm not on there. I'm not on the DM setting.
Oh, here we go. I see. There it is.
Try roll mine real quick.
Yep.
That's not me. Yeah, I was about to say that. It's
Hold
definitely.
on. Get your token up first. There you go.
A 6.
Of course. It's only appropriate.
How? Just to metagame a bit, how many hit points do you have left?
4, I think. I don't remember off the top of my head, but
Honestly, 4 is pretty good, all things considered, because you've been hit a lot.
That's 3 more than Bjorn needs.
But you have that potion of healing.
yeah.
And you, yeah. They got 6s too. Oh, look at that. You guys got lucky. It won't even let Jake. There's something up with, I don't know what's going on.
That's weird.
Like, yeah, like mine didn't even get added until Jared did
Well,
it
because
manually.
it's still, I guess, because it's your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. Like, if I was logged into my...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were logged in, you'd be able to do it yourself, I think.
You'll have to talk to Will. Nope, that's not what I want. Descending. All right. So we've got Alistair, who is nowhere to be seen. So we'll go back right to... oh, hold on. I forgot your mob. Oh, look at that. The mob goes first.
If Rope is
Got
angry.
crazy as mob before everyone.
All right, so we're going to do...
Shield is a go.
Sacrifice yourselves.
how do I want to do this?
Sacrifice the many to save the few. That's how it goes, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, real quick here.
So I'm assuming that I don't go yet because I'm still getting out of the house.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah. So
just let me know when I'm out. That's fine.
You're kind of. All right. So here's. Well, we'll get to it in a
rounds?
second.
What do you
But
think?
you guys are fighting a small force right now, but you can hear more coming, and you think you have a couple of rounds. You know, maybe 15 seconds, give or take, before they're upon you. And Alistair, you're going to be coming in behind them. Unless you want to, I guess I'll give you your action. You can interact if you want to try to interact with some of the enemies that are approaching before they get there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like if I mean, ultimately, what I would like to do is come around here at some point and interact with this building.
Okay.
If I don't see everybody already leaving from it yet.
Okay, so you got the. No, you can definitely do that. Well, you will see people flooding out of it, but by the time you get there, it's going to be like the tail end of the stragglers leaving. They're kind of.
All right. But they'd still all be grouped in one general area over here.
Not really. I mean, more or less, like not all grouped, but it's a bunch of people and relatively, you'll find clusters.
Okay.
So I'd say, so your turn here gets you just outside the keep. So you're like,
So I'm like here. Oops.
no,
Well, I came through the back. I came from the back window.
Yeah, he came from the back door.
The back door.
Oh, all right. Well, then it brings you right here.
All right, so I'm there. Okay. Oop. There we go. That's my turn.
And all right, yeah. So getting back to these guys.
Yeah, I would not have run out the front door. Even invisible. That's not my style.
All right. So the first group. So I'm dividing it into essentially like 3 groups of 10.
Okay.
And they all just, even though he told them to go arm themselves, they're just hyped up for battle. Leoric is so inspiring. They all come charging in.
That's fair. Looks like they'd probably get cut off from the armory anyway.
All right, yeah, and you just watch as
Watch. There's already a corpse at my feet.
yeah, this is more Bjorn, I suppose. Bjorn watches his with surprising success, thanks in large part to Brother Radek. They just come like with no tact. Like you see, like some of them, and it's like a wave. That's it. It's kind of like picking like zombies. So like, or just berserkers.
They just all hit.
So they hit, and a lot of them are just like flail, like
Just bowling over the enemy, basically.
so they kind of like end up on someone's sword. But then while that guy has like 3 or 4 people in front of him, there's just like knives and stones and axes from every direction. And one guy falls, and his sword is just quickly picked up. And
Every time a weapon falls, they scoop it up and start using it on his buddy. Like,
yeah, and 6 people fall, and more are injured in that first wave.
6 of the enemy.
6 in the enemy. Yeah.
18. We're almost at 20% already.
they said they need thousands. It was a dwarf, a mob, and a couple of guys.
I'll sing the songs of your bravery
And deaths.
and death.
All right. So that's going to bring up Lorik. There are
So
15 still standing.
rather than charging right into the press of them, I moved to anchor one of their flanks so that like they aren't getting surrounded too.
Okay.
So like I just like turn and like I'll move to their left, like just anchoring that, and I'll attack.
So like north.
I'm not like. So are we like holding like right here?
More in like this general area.
Oh, okay. So then like then instead of their left, then I'll take their right. Then so I'll head here.
Okay.
And yeah, just attack whoever's there.
All right.
I rolled a 9.
You have advantage. You roll again.
Oh,
Ooh.
I didn't. I forgot I had advantage. My bad. That's cool.
Well, now I say I am here to help.
13. So.
Slightly better.
13 hits.
Oh, I'm assuming that's the least you need to hit.
Just to say.
13.
There you go.
Or 15.
And
Yeah,
15
kills him.
damage. 15
I
damage.
rolled 50.
Josh did more than
Yeah. All right. So either way, both he's dead. And something real quick here. Okay.
See-
And then
you said-
you see
You said 6
fireball. Go ahead.
The prisoners attacked. There was 15 or 6 that died when the prisoners attacked.
Yep.
7
So,
dead.
19 now with this total. I'm just running a
You're
tally.
keeping a tally.
Well, Jake killed 19 between the tower and the sign. The sign got 12 people.
Oh, the sign got 12? I thought the sign got 4.
No.
No.
Or no, sorry, the sign got 8. Each one was groups of 2. So the sign got 8, the tower got 5, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Yeah, so 13 plus
18.
your 3 is 16.
Then we're at 24.
We got 4.
Good job, guys. Keep it up.
All right. You forgot the 3 from the dungeon, too. That's 27.
Oh, yeah, there are 3 from
Okay.
the dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
So, I mean, you're chipping away. But what's 100 minus 27? Just out of curiosity, real quick.
63.
Yeah.
I know.
73.
73.
33 for whatever reason.
That's
why I'm 6.
We're still doing, yeah. Bjorn is just a stiff breeze away from dying, too.
So Brother Raddick is throwing fireballs from his roof, or little balls of fire. But he's so far away, and there's buildings in between, that he's not willing to get close enough to risk giving himself a good shot, and he misses.
That's fair.
And that's going to bring up Bjorn.
I'm going to chug that potion even though I'm in heaven right now. Just down on that potion.
Yeah.
All right.
do it.
All right, so what was that? 2d4 was it?
Yeah.
Plus 2.
There you go.
Nice.
Max him out.
Now I'm ready for war.
That's all you needed. Just 10 hit points.
You could be
You
stabbed
know what?
at least.
Because
four times.
wait, yeah, taking a potion is interacting with an object, right? So
Yeah.
you still have your turn.
Ah.
That took like no action, actually.
All right, so well, there. Wait, no, I think that's an action. I want to say a potion's an
I
action.
mean, if we're doing house rules, it's up to Jairus. He's a DM.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I just
It is technically rules is written. It is an
Oh,
action.
it does
to drink
take
a
an
potion.
action.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
but if maybe a bonus action because we're in
Yeah,
Ravanna.
in this one instance, I will give you as a bonus action.
Okay. I just wanted to. In all honesty, I was like, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not
That
really
makes
the source,
more
I'm not.
sense. It's one of those like mechanic things. Like
Yeah.
drawing a sword is, I feel like, no more effort than drinking a potion. But drinking a potion,
I guess the thought is you have to get the potion out of your pack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure you have the
Yeah.
right one. You got
right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so the
But
fighting is
again,
like,
I'm willing to go with whatever you're willing to accept.
Right.
yeah.
Right. So
Exactly. If
thing
Jake
is-
gets an extra round,
Probably won't be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like Jake to get 2 extra rounds.
All right, so I'm just gonna get as close to the fighting as I can right now.
So if you use your double move, you can get into the fray, but you're also not raging.
You're
So
not
then-
raging
yeah.
yet. So
I'm gonna get like close to the fight, but not close enough to where I'm getting hit immediately.
Yeah, good idea.
Well, yeah, you didn't need your action anyway. Then
Yeah.
you're good. Or, yeah.
Yep.
So it took his action to drink the potion because it made no difference. I did nothing nice.
That's fair.
All right,
I
so
gotta read token, though.
okay, guys, this brings up the guards.
Oh, this is gonna be the real massacre. I feel like of the poor mob.
that's okay. Out of character, that's okay.
In character, it is what it is.
All right, so first, there's 2 people standing right near Leork, and they think they're going to be the heroes and take down the big guy, and just fail miserably.
They're afraid to get close enough to him to actually hit him.
Yeah, it's just what it is they come in with like these half-hearted or like it just their version of swings, and he just like fucking cuts their swords out of the air, just attacks their attack. Like, fuck out of here. But then the rest of them are more focused on the
Mob.
mob. And this is, since they're going back to back, I'm just going to have them all act at once. I tried to split it up so it wasn't feast or famine in terms of their initiative, but they just rolled the same. So.
Oof.
Yep.
That's bad.
So that is
Not all of them.
Not all of them. 2/3 of the attacks are going to hit.
Oof.
22. Okay, so now I need
What's their bonus?
+2, and we'll give the damage dice a 1d6. So there. How many were left? So 2 went for Josh, and there were 8 dead from 22. So there's 14. Is 12. So 8 are gonna hit.
I killed one too.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
I thought you killed 2.
Yeah, you killed 2.
Well,
First initial.
I killed one with my charge, and then the next action I killed.
Yeah. So that's I counted
2
those
altogether. Though.
So 8.
Oof.
The rolls are not terribly crazy good.
That's true.
Yeah, it could be worse.
So 3 fall. Four. 4 of the guys fall, and 4 more are
Fucked up.
wounded. Yeah.
But that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
You know what
Right?
it is?
It's not-
It's
it's-
true.
that's what-
Those
that's
are
what you were doing.
attacks
You
that
went-
come at you.
Yeah, you were
More-
looking for some meat shields.
Then they lost, so they're winning.
It's true. It's true.
Seriously, they took out 6 to the other guy's 4.
Exactly. It was the surprise that brought me. It's just the guards don't know what to do. They're panicking.
Of course, if you didn't let them out, they'd all be alive.
Yeah.
But for how long?
That's true. It's only a matter
They
of
were
time.
starving to death.
Yeah, at least go down fighting.
Exactly.
In the spirit of full disclosure, Alistair would rather go down starving to death.
You say that now. You see that episode of The Walking Dead took that guy like 65 days to starve to death? A month in, you'd be asking for a
It's true. It's true.
It's true.
All right, so that's going to bring up top of the order, Alistair Grant.
All right. I'm gonna use
No, there.
all of my action to move to here, so I can sort of see what's happening.
Okay. Is that 60 feet?
Yeah, that's 60 feet there.
Okay.
How did you measure that before? Saw
I
you do
measured
that.
it before. Oh, and if you go to the little ruler thing on the side of the screen there, you just scroll down.
Between
the
the
ruler.
eye and the magnifying glass?
Yeah,
Yeah, click on no snapping,
yeah.
and then just drag your mouse, and it'll give you a measurement.
So that's it for me. Now, what do I see when I'm here? Like, what do I see on this side, and what do I see on this side out of the barracks? So out of the keep and out of the barracks, what am I looking at?
So just as you come up, you see the tail end of basically the rest of the force. Some of them have moved up the stairs, which are over here by the barracks, and are getting along the wall.
Oh, okay.
And the rest
are heading
just-
toward the fracas.
Yeah. Yep. Some of them, like you see this group of tokens I got over here, there's a large number going that way. And then the ones that came out of the keep are just cutting directly through the houses through here.
Now, Mr. Montauk, is he hanging out over here?
No.
Okay, where is he?
Give me a perception check.
Gadook.
Because he left a while ago. It wasn't like he just left with those guards at the end.
Yep, 4.
You don't see him.
No. All right, then I gotta move that back to normal. Okay. That's it for me. I can't do anything else. So.
All right. Guys, you feel like you can hear feet getting closer with your passive perception. If you both have like a passive perception of 14, I think it was good.
Something like that, yeah.
You can you notice the people moving along the wall, archers taking place, and realize that this is probably the last action you have before they are upon you. Yeah. And that, Lorik, you're up.
How many are left in front of this line of prisoners?
12.
The gate is here, right?
Yep.
Is it open?
Yes.
Let me see. And how far can we move?
Just all out dash, all out run 60 feet,
40 for me.
50 for you.
Oh, 50 for me.
But you would have enough military training to know if you're trying to make a run for it. There's like the fort is kind of in the middle of mostly open area. There's like patches of woods, but they're 100+ feet off, and
They can hit us.
most of you guys are going to fall to archers.
Did the gate have murder holes and stuff, or is it just a gate?
Just a gate.
I would shout, fall back, hold the gate.
Okay.
And so narrow them down. And I guess we have a full turn before they're on us.
Yeah.
All right, then I guess I would move.
If you move 60 feet away, then that's another 60 feet they have to move. But also keep in mind in the mechanics that if you just run away from people threatening you, they'll get an attack of opportunity. You have to take the disengage action, which then limits you 30 feet of movement.
Okay. Well, that's kind of how it goes in these battles.
It is.
I'm thinking move back here. Like the gate is like right here, right? Like back.
Yep. More centered between these buildings, like here. But you got the general idea.
We got like 70
Still about the
feet
same
or so.
distance.
Yeah.
Move back, I guess, 50 feet here. And it's not going to be good enough. Does this building offer the dungeon built shed? Does that offer us any cover from what's coming from the wall?
Yeah. I mean, some of you. I mean, so like, who's us? Like you and Jake? Absolutely. You and the 25 other people? No.
No, I just mean, like, does it at least help break line of sight somewhat?
Yeah.
All right. You know what? We're not going to... Never mind the whole break to the gate thing, because we aren't going to be able to make it. So, is the whole line of the prisoners engaged along that front here between the two buildings, or are there some behind?
It's like a full-on melee going on. Some of it's between the buildings, some of it is like spilled out. Oops, like here.
Is there anyone that's not engaged, like trying to push through? Is what I'm saying.
No. Of your prisoners, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're all just fighting for their lives.
All right, fuck it. Well, there's those two in front of me. I guess I'm gonna take a swing at one for now. Then.
Okay.
Just hoping to have some kind of plan. Try to cover this charge here, but what can you do?
Hopefully, Alistair will be around to save the day. Maybe.
We'll find out, I guess.
Last time I saved the day, I was the only one left alive. Just pointing it out.
24 for.
He's gonna blow you fuckers up.
Well, if they're close to the enemy, I mean...
24 for the attack roll. I figured I'd roll damage. I did. I got 11. Oh, I can re-roll that too,
Sure.
if it matters.
It does.
So, yeah,
There you
it's...
go.
12. Oh, man. Seriously? Like, they have 11 hit points. Oh, wait. Well, see, he would have died either way. I was thinking he had to 11, but...
But
yeah,
now you really killed him.
Yeah! Killed
He's
him hard.
super dead.
So yeah, after one of the swords, I guess, that came in at me, I just kind of like that. I just contemptually knocked away before the backswing. I just take the guy's throat.
Excellent. Right, and that's your horde is acting with you, so it's more of.
That brings us up to 28. By the way, 28 dead.
Nice.
Chip away.
Hell yeah.
I mean, they got to break eventually. We like 3 men in a mob of starving naked people. A large number of them, and wow.
Only
2 wows.
Only 2 wows.
So it's 3 rolls, but they have advantage. So it's 8, 20, 2, 18, 10, 4. Those are like 3 attacks.
I get it.
Okay. That 20's got to hurt, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It's a dead guard. Hopefully.
I feel like this is good news.
Let's find out. Oh, yeah. All right, so... okay. So... it's the second time I've done that.
Yeah.
/R, not /4. All right, so all said, 9 more fall. And then there are a couple that got injured. But
We're up
there,
to
it's like
37
one
deaths.
stabs the
There
other.
you go.
going for throats and
They're winning this fight, is what that's.
seriously,
Yeah.
these fuckers came to fight.
You know what? I mean, they're pissed off for being taken prisoner. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with Will's, Raddick's advantage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that what? That's the difference between 1/3 of them hitting and 2/3 of them hitting. The crit would have been there either way, but
Yeah.
it's still, that's like 4 or 5 would have died instead. 9
Well, if that's
died.
advantage, that the crit was the second roll, so it wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking like the first 3 rolls versus the last 3, but you're right. That's the crit wouldn't have been there. Yeah.
So,
Neither was the 18.
How much time has elapsed since the tower fell, roughly?
Tower fell.
Not that long.
No, it's not that long. It's
5 minutes?
That's somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 minutes. Yeah.
yeah.
So in 5 minutes, we've killed over 1/3 of their force.
Yep. I mean, Jake took out like almost 10% with a sign. Let's say 10% of what they had in the fort. We had that laugh.
That says, I killed 10% of the guards laugh. Hee hee hee.
All right, Bjorn, you're up, actually.
All right, so how many guards are left actually fighting the prisoners?
As it stands now, was 12. 9 more just fell, so 3. And they're all hurt.
I'm fucking charging them.
Rage.
But again, like, you can just hear, like,
Yeah.
this deafening roar of more approaching. So, just...
But
that's
you know the hero, Alistair Grant, is coming up behind them.
You know, that is true,
I'm
I
nervous.
guess. This is so
I'm
fucking...
nervous. It's like, I don't think I'm going to get out anyway. I'm too slow. I've got nowhere to run.
I'm actually really thankful that the session is just about over because I don't know if I could take... I'm like, you guys are doing so well, but there's like 50 people coming at you. So many people.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and free up the prisoners so they can blunt the charge coming at us, I guess.
Sure. All right, so you're...
Just charging the last 3.
Yeah.
The closest one to me.
And stuff, but like they get and normally just the murder hobo shit. But the next wave has to come over the pile of corpses. So there might be some hesitation.
That is true.
Alright, so
It's going to be more confusion. Like, truthfully... well, no, I guess you guys have those... you have the guys fighting with you. It's like, if they just showed up and there were 3 guys... and
2. I guess, yeah, because you can't see Raddick, because Raddick's up on the building.
There's 2 guys and 20 dead bodies. They just be like,
the fuck?
is there like a outbreak, a Spanish flu? What the
I
fuck?
know.
Are you guys okay? There's a lot of people dropping dead around.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, take your temperature, man, because this isn't cool.
I told you we would make things right.
That'll kill.
And then I'm going to use my bonus attack with my spiked armor on the next one.
Oh, I forgot about that. Hell yeah. You got it. Roll your damage.
7.
Well, so all 3 of these guys have already been stabbed. They're all leaking. And
I've got a corpse stuck to me now.
well, let's
For the rest of the night, you're just dragging around a dead guy.
You killed 2 guys, one with a hammer, one with your...
I'm just going to swing the maul straight into the rib cage of one.
Okay.
And then while that's happening, I'm just going to shoulder into the other one and just lift up.
Okay, so I'm going to take it a step further. So you guys ever seen the real big tackles, like the big hits where they like lift them up off the ground and then come down on them? That's what Jake does. He shoulders up into this guy, lifts him up off the air, and then comes down on top of him. And you just feel something break, and just the spikes are just
He's
hitting.
just a dead man.
Just coughs up blood, and I'll give you have just enough time to get back to your feet.
We'll call that
And
the Jonathan Vilma hit. So why? Just Google the 2000 national championship game, Miami versus Nebraska.
2000, you said?
It's the last time I won the national championship. Yep. Well, technically, it was 2001 was the game. But yes.
All right. I'll have to
But
check it out.
Jonathan Vilma I mean, every hit was exactly what you described.
Everyone. I thought it was just gonna be like a single hit. No, it's just
Which is why it was like 32-3 Miami win. Yeah.
No one wanted to get hit by that guy.
right. Who does he play for now? That name sounds familiar.
He played for the I don't know if he still is, but he played for the New Orleans Saints for a while.
Okay. You know what it is? I don't follow the Saints, but it was playing Madden. I think I traded and I ended up with Jonathan
There you
Vilma.
go.
There it is. All right. That is actually where we're going to call it for this evening. Just because it's 10 minutes early, but it's a good stopping point and give you guys a chance to regroup and plan how to survive
I don't know.
next week.
I don't want to lose this momentum because it's going really fucking good.
Yeah, I know. It's gone much better than it should have.
And I'm just like, hey, it was great.
2 of you died.
Yeah, I don't know, like. So, and plus, there's no way we're gonna get it done in the next 12 minutes. So this is the best break.
I don't know. 2 combat rounds. We've taken out 37. So, 30, well, no, not just. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's more like 4 or 5 because our shenanigans.
Well, the prisoners themselves have killed 14, I think it was.
Something like that. Yeah.
They're catching up.
That was it's the feast or famine of doing, like, instead of rolling 30 individual attacks, I rolled 3, so it counts for 10 people. But you get a crit, and that's 10 people just crit. That's a lot of dead bodies.
I'll take it.
They're catching up to me now.
Yeah, right. You got to do something about that. Jake's gonna just start killing prisoners to protect his title.
And I'm ready to either save the day or run away, depending on how things go by the time I get there.
Hey, and you know what?
Right.
Either way, you're either running to us or running for the gate. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Just to think, there's so much more gold behind you than there is.
that's true.
Right. You take the fort, you get a reward. You escape. I guess you got your life, and you still picked up.
Yeah, I mean, only so much you can buy when you're dead.
Right.
but think of the acclaim and all the favors you would get if we took the fort.
You know what? You know how many... I mean, no one lives up here in this shithole. I can go back down south. I can say anything that I want. They're not going to know the difference. You'll all be dead, so you can't counteract my story.
But you've got the Ravanna officers who will find out and know. And that news will travel before you even have to write a song.
Still.
Don't forget.
I'm willing to help as much as I can.
I know. It's because I'm carrying all the books.
That's a big part of it. That being said, the books versus my life, I still have some books. Like, I'll get some of the money owed to me. Plus, I got some fucking bombs and a bandolier full of poison daggers.
Yeah. How amazing would it be if you just left with the loot?
I'll tell you what I thought about that. I'm not gonna lie.
I partly wondered. I was like, is he just going to try to go out the trap door? I was waiting for him to have to try to move the chest because the chest is on top of the trap door.
I wasn't going to go in the water. In the dark. Forget that. I was going to go out the back of that wall behind the temple. The thing is, they have so many books, and that's what I'm here for. But that being said, if it's going to put my life in danger, then fuck the books.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been very sad and just fantastic.
It would have been.
Yeah, 3/4 TPK. Everyone says you get 2 characters. Alistair Graham survives again to save the day.
Survives to save the day.
I'm sorry, survives to save himself.
I know. That's what I loved about it. It's like, I survived to save the day. It's like
The day equals myself.
Alistair the Day Grant. I will always save the day. I actually like that. That's going to stick.
Yeah.
All right.
That
So,
still could happen, by the way.
Yeah, it's like you just got to double back around one building.
Yeah.
It is.
I've got a long time before this invisibility shit runs out, and I've got a second level spell. So
Oh, you're fucking invisible still. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
I'm golden right now. I'm just checking out the battlefield, and then just sort of figuring out what makes the most sense for me
Right.
to do.
Full scale battle you're seeing.
I mean, you guys are great, but I mean, I've known Lorik and Radek for like 30 minutes. And I've known Bjorn for 2 weeks, and he puked on my fucking nice clothes. I didn't forget about that. So anyway, good luck, guys.
That would be a hell of a starting with the new party, and you just would have so much loot. Like that is like several thousand gold pieces worth of magical items. Way more than you're intended to have.
That's life, man.
All right.
Know how to work the system, and the system works for you.
Yeah,
By the way, there was a strategic reason where I maneuvered this where I would go into that keep by myself.
yeah.
Like that was by design.
And also, but I wasn't really expecting the whole tower thing to happen as it did.
That really helped me out, though, Bjorn. So I do appreciate that. Now I don't know that was you, so it's not going to reflect any further actions that I partake.
So this
But
whole
Adam
thing,
appreciates it.
this whole thing was really spawned into place by some really sharp fucking guards who weren't buying some coin shit.
Yeah.
2 natural 20s, and this is where it takes us. And that's what's great about D&D. Like if they hadn't raised the alarm, Jake wouldn't have taken down the tower. If Jake didn't taken down the tower, they wouldn't have been coming after him. Josh wouldn't have had his end going to the dungeon. You probably wouldn't have been able to get into that room. That's tough getting those doors open.
Yeah.
Like it, fucking wild.
It all worked out for me. As it does.
This is Alistair's whole gig. He finds a new group of friends. He leads them into their doom. He takes their shit and leaves.
It's kind of like you've read my backstory. Not even including what we've already seen in Nirvana Season 1.
And it, small spoiler, but yeah, forget the whole, other party, this being round 2 of that. His general backstory, he's done that 2 or 3 times.
So should we really be trusting Alistair to say
You don't know this.
I don't know if we said bye or whatever, but I'm seeing a network error on Twitch. So.
Oh yeah, there's some there because it's updating. So I guess we're done.
Well, there we go.
It'll only take a few minutes. Yeah, thanks Twitch for updating in the middle of our fucking stream. I'm assuming we're still recording, so it'll be up on YouTube.
There you go. Yeah, you don't want to miss all this.
But anyway,
Fun
that
session,
was fun.
guys.
That was real fun.
That turned into chaos.
That was great.
This has been a very good 3 sessions to indicate exactly how my D&D goes. You have a fun social section, one where I try shit that just doesn't work and you get your dud session, and then just chaos, fucking anarchy, hilarious, awesome shit.
The last one wasn't really a dud.
No.
I don't know.
Okay, I felt like a dud to me. Not on your part.
It was a setup, but that's not a dud. I don't.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind.
This one though was just pure mayhem.
I
love the fact that we had 3 players, and then at one point it split the party 3 different ways.
No, it was 4 because Will was still
Technically,
like, Will,
yeah.
His character is still off with Berkner, so he's
Yeah.
doing his thing.